Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer Show 476. Today is Saturday, August 25th, 2018. Welcome, man. Oops. Let me pause the show here in my other window. Please pause your show if you have it on in two windows, as I do. So, but make sure you pause it, and then we won't have to hear two of you. But we've got Bum and Mark in the show as usual. And how you guys doing, man?
Excellent.
Excellent. Whoa.
in the pre-show, me and Mark were just about to leave. I was going to get my beers, and Bum was jumping in, and it looked like we were like, "Oh, he's here! We're out!" You know what I'm saying? Bum had just jumped in, so I'm a little behind adding the links here, so I will get to adding the links to the show for everybody. So if anybody's listening and they can't figure it out, then that's what's going on. So hold on just a second here, and I'll add these links for everybody so they can jump in. We might see, yeah, see, that's we've got.
You're remiss, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get that link in there because we'll. No, this is like not very entertaining. Has anybody had? I know McDonald's came out with a new menu item. They've got, what is it? Honey barbecue, chicken tenders, something like that.
Okay.
Honey something chicken tenders. I don't know if apparently no one's had them yet. Not from this show.
You heard of them yet?
So yeah, I meant to if I had extra time today. So there's the link. Anybody in the chat, you can see that now. Jump in live,
All right.
and we're all set there. So I think Bum said he was going to make an adjustment as well. So there we go.
Hey,
do
guys.
you have a warm up? Hey, how you doing, Andrew? What's up, man?
Yeah, let me double check, make sure I got everything on pause here, and there we go.
Yeah.
We don't need here stereo of Joe or anyone else from the show, I guess.
Yeah, it gets a little.
Neighbor gave me a LED desk light. Let me try and.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, look at that.
So we get to see Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right. Look at that. Okay, we've seen you, man. Now turn it off because, oh, dear God.
You're welcome, Joe.
Okay, we've
LED
seen it
every time.
Not impressed. Not impressed. So yeah, just
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. I'm ugly. You're ugly too. Hello, Pot. This is Kettle. Guess what? You're black too.
Just like the chairman. Put the mask back on.
Put the mask back on, please. Yes.
Hey, Bum. At least I don't look like a pedophile.
Right. Yeah. So
without the mask, I swear that the chairman does look like a pedophile.
Okay. So what are you having now, Mark?
I am having, it's going to be a Sweetwater evening. I've got two beers from Sweetwater. The first one is single hop series, the Mosaic single hop.
Oh, the Mosaic. Okay.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, just I think it just came out here maybe in the last week or so. There was only I bought it last night, and I think there were only like 300 check-ins as of last night. So pretty new.
That's the Mosaic single hoppy hazy, or no?
Yep. Single hop hazy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We've got a few more check-ins now, actually.
What are we up to now? Probably.
We are up to now 521 total, 517 in the last 30.
It was 315. Yes, I probably just came out in the week.
Yeah, it had to.
Nice. It's very nice. I mean, it is definitely Mosaic hops. You really get that, that tropical aroma. little bit of hop, a little bit of hop bite, but not much. I mean, it's hazy. It's not as hazy as like a Tree House, you know, like one of Tom's beers, but it's decently hazy. And yeah, oh, that's a nice glass there. I like that.
I like that glass. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That is awesome.
That's a neat looking glass.
Yeah.
That is. That's awesome right there.
6.2%. Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Hey, Tom.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Tom. So yeah,
hey, real quick, we've got the King of Smoke in the chat room right now. Says he has to go to sleep. Wussing out.
Yeah.
While we're making incredible smoke over here.
I don't know. Always sleeping when the show's on. I don't know what's up.
Yeah, he's always sleeping. We even had a pop-up show yesterday. He still didn't show up. We had some incredible smoke yesterday. Maybe that's why he has to sleep from all the weeping and crying over all the incredible smoke we have. His crown's in jeopardy.
All those for days trying to get the service.
In any case, we've got 6.2% ABV and a solid rating. We've got a 3.97 bottle cap rating.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a very good beer. They do. Sweetwater does a good job with their beer, and I've got another special project beer for them. I'll wait until after the malt liquor report to reveal that one.
Ooh, okay. Oof. That's a teaser. That's a teaser. That's what we call a teaser. And Andrew, are you having anything today?
No, my vehicle happened to take a serious crap on me.
You're still okay.
The cooling fan. $574 for OEM replacement. I did not bring it to the dealer. I did it in my own driveway.
That's the way to do it.
I had to call a couple friends over to assist in disassembly so we can drop the old one out because it had to come out the bottom. And I had to have the thing about 2 feet in the air so I can crawl underneath the damn thing.
Yeah.
I hope you took a shower before you got shit on.
What's that? Oh, yeah. But car's running. Fat man had to ride to work, ride the mountain bike to work twice this week. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Calories
and on my mountain bike, I actually feel like Mongo in Blazing Saddles. If you know the movie, you know what I speak of.
So you're not, you're not. Well, Mark has a friend of his show actually that rides his bike like an animal. I mean, I don't imagine it looks quite that pretty.
No. I am like seriously broke until next week. We are drinking St. Paul's Finest again.
So St. Paul's Finest again.
Only I cleaned up the big mug.
Yeah.
64 ounce.
So now you got the little 64 ouncer.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and hey, we got Craig in the show. So what are you having, brother?
I'm drinking a bit from Wylam. They're from Newcastle in England. It's called Kill Phil Part 1, double dry hop IPA.
Phil Part 1.
Okay, Part 1, huh?
It's Kill. Yeah, it's a collaboration with Anchor Brewing Company of San Diego, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, Anchor. Yeah,
San Francisco.
Anchor, yeah.
San Francisco. Yeah.
San Francisco. Kill Bill.
Yeah. This is just a play on words. That is even the color of the label and stuff, I guess.
So who does the Phil refer to? Phil Collins?
No idea. Don't know.
It's probably just the closest they could get to Bill without getting cease and desisted.
Yeah.
Don't need to go infringing on copyrights.
Yeah, but yeah, they've done a good job of what it's about safely.
Yeah, we've got a international IPA. So you got 16,057 ratings on here, 1,000, basically 1,100 in the last 30 days. You've got 7% ABV, no IBUs rated, 4.17. That's a serious rating right there. When they've got hop, what is that? Brew One? Is that on? Is that
Brute? Looks like hop brute. Equinat, BBC, Citra, Simcoe, Cryo.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
I think BBC stands for not the channel basically, but it's I think it's Boston Beer Company. I think. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, because that's a whole different show. The way I was thinking. So
yeah. I get. There's that as well. I kind of went. I went around that one, but yeah.
Whoa, you wrote. Hey, you write around it. You do whatever you want to with it, man. I mean, that was. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know.
I just swerved that one. So.
Hey, you know.
Oh dear.
Exactly. And Tom, what are you having, brother?
I am having a second fiddle from Fiddlehead Brewing out of Vermont.
You've had that on here before, haven't you?
No, it's actually this is the first time I've ever had this actually.
Oh, okay.
I've had their Fiddlehead, which is a very nice IPA, but first time having this one. It's not bad.
Tom's sitting out in the garden swing. He's
oh man, beautiful out here. Trying to take.
Heck yeah, man.
First year.
Look at this, man. Look at the ratings on this one. This one's now Tom's getting last week. Kind of was taking the week off, really.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Now he's back in swing, Mark.
Yeah.
And so 89,000 ratings on here, 1,500 in the last 30, 8.2 ABV, 100 IBUs, and a 4.36 rating.
Okay. I was wondering how Tom was going to respond to Craig's 4.16.
Yeah. So
I had a 3.98, then we went 4.16, now 3, and then 4.3. So Bob, you need to have a 5, I think, is basically what.
It's not happening.
What was the highest alcohol content Tom's ever had for a beer? Wasn't it like 8% or something like that?
No, he's had a higher alcohol. Yeah.
No.
I think I've seen Tom with as high as maybe 18% on one of those beers.
Yeah, he did one. I thought Tom had one that was like 17.5 or something.
Worldwide stout.
The week before, I had a big boy. What was that? The Uncle something stout.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell that was?
Yeah.
The worldwide stout. The Dogfish Head.
That's a really good stout. I want to try. I want to try the They have the vanilla barrel aged one. That's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
But it's like $13 a bottle. So it's like, you every once in a while you get it, I guess.
So we've got Neri in the chat defending himself. He says, "Love you guys, but there can only be one."
But Joe, I put a note up there for you that you reclaimed the KOS. You reclaimed the King of Smoke title.
No, I don't. I don't claim it. I just like to give them hell every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Let them know we're still there. What are you having, Bum?
I'm having something. Now, this is not what we talked about yesterday, Joe, that I had a special beer. That's coming later on.
Okay.
For now, my warm-up beer is something that we discussed a few weeks ago. This is on the endangered species list.
Oh.
Sam Adams Light. Fresh Sam Adams Light.
Wow.
You found it.
Jeez.
I honestly thought they had phased out this beer because every every Sam Light that I saw was expired over the last few months. I found a 6-pack that is good until October.
Okay.
So it was still being produced as of like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah,
So,
that's
bought me a 6-year of it. So somewhere, somehow, some way, it's still available. You know, it's still being produced.
in inappropriate glassware. Sam Adams glassware.
In my vintage Sam glassware, proper glassware always.
So what do you think?
I think this is one of the better light beers that's out there.
Yeah.
Most light beers are not worth drinking to me. Sam Light probably has more flavor than a lot of the macros. Their basic line, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think it's the best light beer out there, really.
Yeah. As far as light beers, literally that have light on the label, I think it's the best. Yeah,
And
for me.
Color there.
Yeah, let me look at that. Look at the color. Look at the way that beer looks. I mean, that beer looks phenomenal. I mean, you know.
And you will notice pinky out also.
Yeah, full pinky out on that one, huh?
Hey, Joe, you better be nice. Your mom's in the chat.
Oh, she's actually always watching. It's just
She just
recently,
I just saw her chime in on the chat. She get her computer fixed finally.
Yeah, she got a new computer, so she got a new Chromebook.
All right.
So she's back and running now in the chat room. So we'll be hearing from her more often. So, hey, we got Rod J in the show, man. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? Just waiting for my
Rod.
What's up?
I didn't watch.
Cheers.
And
Drinking with
what
the
are you
guy.
having, bro?
I'm actually having a Rheingeist Puma Pilsner. So, yeah. So it's a little underwhelming. Rheingeist has an issue when they try to do other styles because everything tastes like IPA to their brewery for the most part. So it's more hoppy of a Pilsner than one would expect.
Whatever they do, it's an IPA with a slightly different recipe.
Right. It's like, hey, this is still an IPA. I don't care what you
Hey, Mark, wouldn't you say Rheingeist is kind of like Victory at Sea? They got like 50 different flavors, but they got one main recipe.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of breweries do that now. It seems like they have so many different they have different beers, but they all have IPA components to them. So, but no doubt, Rheingeist good beer.
But we've got, let me see, 11,000 ratings on here. We've got 195 in the last 30, 5.2 ABV, 40 IBUs, and a 3.51 bottle cap rating. So it's a solid 7 beer.
Yeah, I think people that are more traditional Pilsner people, though, don't find it as great.
Yeah.
But overall,
and that's
still drinkable, still good as overall.
Yeah, it's one of those deals. Pilsner's one of those styles where you're used to having it a particular way, a traditional way, right?
Right.
And so you get a brewery like Rheingeist, they come around and they're like, you know what? We like to hop everything.
It's like Emerald, not enough hop, bam.
Yeah, that just they're gonna hop everything, including your mama if she's around. So,
Well, there's a beer name, Hop Your Mama.
Well, the funny thing is, on Untappd, you'll see Pilsner and it just says -other. Like, I don't even know what to call it. They say Pilsner, but we don't know what other. It's another type of Pilsner we're not familiar with. So.
So, and of course, speaking of mamas, my mom's in the chat, like Andrew spoke. She's really excited. She got a new Chromebook, so she's on there in her with her new Chromebook. So, Good to see you again, Mom. And CJ, mind your grandma boy. So I've got a kilt lifter from Four Peaks Brewing. First time I've seen one in a 25-ounce can. So,
Wow.
Pretty standard Scottish ale down here. This is their when that transition came across them getting 50% buyout or something like that from InBev. I did not realize that this beer was 60% of their sales. Tappa Tappa. Look at that. You see the difference? Kids, run that back so you can see what that looked like before and after. That is very photogenic now. That glass is going, hey, baby, how you doing? Huh? How you doing? You want to see under my kilt? Yeah, I bet you do, baby. You know, but that's... This, you know, I don't even know what kilt lifter is anymore. Let's look it up because I have no idea the numbers on this beer anymore. I just drink it. You know what I'm saying? It's this beer is everywhere here.
Slap it up.
Yeah. It is everywhere. Oh my God! Yeah, I walked into that one. Look at that, 106,000 ratings, 962, 42 by me. I've had this beer a little bit. It's, you know, I don't know of many Scottish ales that are this popular in a particular area, this sessionable. 6% ABV, 21 IBUs, 3.65 rating. It's definitely, it says Kilt Lifters are award-winning flagship brew, crafted in the tradition and honor of the great strong ales of Scotland. You know, one of those beers that's like, you know, it's a good solid beer. You know, it's since moving here to Arizona, as you can see, have definitely been drinking it quite a bit. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. If they sell Budweiser, if they sell Coors, if they have 4 taps, one of them's going to be this. Like that's the way it works here.
What does a 6-pack run for that?
Oh, what does it? You know, 6 packs of this I think are like $7-8. This 25-ouncer was $3.
Oh, gee, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, and it's not bad. And then, like I say, did not realize until that InBev deal that it was 60%. You imagine having one product that's 60% of your sales. That would kind of concern me a little bit.
Hey, Rod, that beer down in Phoenix is it's got a price tag that's almost where your neighborhood.
Rod's saying how much?
Almost
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Almost there. It's almost a Rod J deal.
It's not quite there, but it's getting there. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I think there's some beers in the malt liquor community that might be even greater percentage of sales.
They're definitely below Rod J certified. I mean, yeah.
What does Billy D say about the sales of some of these, you know, St. Ides and all that?
Every single malt liquor is a Rod J deal.
I'm gonna open my loop back program here because I don't have my audio going for.
Okay, while you're doing that, I would just say that the Rod J deal is built into the base price of malt liquor.
The only reason anybody buys it.
You let me know when you're ready, Jeff, because we will need the audio tonight.
Okay, we are ready. By the way, one of the biggest, other than the chairman himself, one of the biggest fans of
that piece of shit.
One of the biggest fans, other than the chairman, is my mama. So my mom is a huge fan of the Malt Liquor Report.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say. Well, okay, well, obviously your mother has no objection to the R-rated nature of the language.
Yeah, she calls me like tomorrow. We'll talk and she'll just not the rest of the show, just the Malt Liquor Report. Yeah, Bum's Malt Liquor Report was. It gives me like a rundown on her thoughts on the Malt Liquor Report. So yeah, you've got it.
Okay, well, for your mother, Joe, Bum does not necessarily reflect the views of Steel Worldwide regarding your son.
Yeah. So what do we got today, man?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we have so much here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Remember about a month ago when I said it was the greatest malt liquor report ever? I was telling the truth at the time, but you know what? Since then, tonight is the greatest malt liquor report ever.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. The entire 2 hours with you, Joe, yesterday on the show, I just had to bite my lip. I wanted to tease you so bad, but I didn't.
Back to the malt liquor report.
Yeah. So I'm going to tease you a little bit now. Just some news before we get to the good stuff. 40-ounce Fear. So we've talked about Fear many times on here.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who has watched Fear's channel and his malt liquor videos, we all know his main theme song is Toto Africa. Everybody knows that classic rock song. Fear plays it probably in 3/4 of his videos. Well, Fear mentioned this, and I did hear this on the news, that this is a real story. A woman is divorcing her husband because he played Toto Africa during one day 108 times. He counted.
And that's why she's divorcing him?
He is divorcing him because it drove her nuts.
Probably did on purpose.
I did not look it up, but apparently this is a true story. So
for the record,
Fear has decided, based on this story, that he is going to do a Google live stream coming up in which he breaks that record and plays Toto Africa 109 times during his live stream.
We see he's got Still Not in Africa. I'm Not in Africa.
Yeah, you know what? Go in. Oh, gee, yeah. If you can enlarge that just a little bit more, Joe. It's hard for me to see. D-Lac, not the most recent one. D-Lac,
Reggie Heads.
No. Second row down. D-Lac 18 MGD. Second row down. And you will see Fear do his typical start to his video. And it's classic Fear. There's Toto Africa playing.
Oh, he's tapping it rhythm. Okay. Oh yeah, and you got to coordinate the opening too, right? Yeah, there you go.
Cherry does his backwards cap toss that looks like it's forward.
I saw that, and he looked like he caught it too. Did he catch it?
What's up, shits for brains? What's up, 9 Cali Bears in Yo City? The funniest name on YouTube, folks. Number 42, Freedom MGD.
That's just a genuine draft. Does that qualify?
No. It doesn't qualify, but Fear drinks what he wants. He's an OG. So he's grandfathered in. He can do what he wants.
They've got a grandfather.
But it is fucking refreshing.
So that's Fear's video. That's a typical opening with Toto Africa. Fear claims that he's going to play Africa 109 times during his live stream, which, if you do the math, it will take a little. The song's about 5 minutes long. If you crunch the numbers, it'll take 9 hours for him to play it 108 times.
Oh my God. Toto in Africa for 9 hours.
He has not officially said that he will do it. He is just tossing the idea out there, and knowing him, he might.
That'd be like punching the clock at 1 a.m. and letting it run till 9 a.m.
Yeah. Now, Fear has done numerous live streams, and I believe his longest one was probably about 6 hours. So he is capable of doing it. It's just a matter of if he wants to.
I've heard of someone else doing a 6-hour live stream too.
Yeah, I heard about him too.
Yeah.
Yes, a few of us have.
I heard of someone doing a 5-hour live stream and swearing he was never going to do that again, and did a 6-hour one after that. He didn't do 5 hours though.
And that person told the truth. They didn't do another 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So we do have that from Fear. That's his newest promise that it's not a promise, his newest potential promise. So
right.
Stay tuned. So, well, we will just get to the main news here.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, we have enough cuss outs from the chairman this past week that we're going to skip one.
Uh-oh.
That's how bad the hate runs with the chairman. We
have
a hate video that it's not even really that bad anymore. Unless you want to play it, Joe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we have to play them now.
Okay.
So we can rate them. We have to talk about the rants. Like,
okay, well, okay. I will guide you to it, and it'll just be like a little appetizer, kind of like a petit foie gras to the main course.
Yeah. Okay. Are we on the second channel or the main channel?
The main channel.
Okay.
And it's called Chug a 40-ounce Malt Liquor or Off Yourself from August 19th.
Oh, my goodness.
So Malt Liquor or Off Yourself.
Okay.
I dropped the beats.
So
in the planet of Earth.
Typical, very super famous. Just go to 6 minutes 50 seconds.
You don't know who I am because I am very super. Up yours, Joe D, and the craft beer cunt panel.
Okay.
That's
it.
That's it. I told you. I told you. It's just a little shrimp cocktail.
Yeah. Oh my God!
In preparation for the main course, which is coming.
So we gotta get 6:45. We'll even give him a break.
Okay.
Because look how long this pause is. He thought about that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He knew we'd be watching.
Up yours, Joe D, and the craft beer cunt panel.
So that's just it's kind of like a warm up, right?
It's a warm up.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's like coming to the plate and giving that first swing, right? You're like, I really didn't mean to hit that one. If I'd have hit it, it'd been great, but just wait. I got more coming, right? There's more swings after that. That's the first swing, So
He basically had the lead donut on the bat there.
yeah. So he kind of chipped one off in the.
Good stuff. Where does he let loose? Come on.
Up yours, Joe D, and the craft beer cunt panel.
Yeah. That's a good malt liquor, though. That was a good, solid malt liquor. I'll give him that. He's got that part down. So now, what else do we got?
Okay, well, I need you to go to Steel Worldwide 2.
Okay.
And the video is called Enjoy a 40 ounce. Motherfuck the entire V bar.
Oh.
You don't give two shits.
Okay, we got to enjoy a 40 ounce up yours fat Reggie.
Yeah,
and
that's a
then
good one.
40 ounce MF the entire V bar.
Yeah. Just go to 8 minutes, 15 seconds, and I want everybody to enjoy every second of this.
Oh my God. So 8 minutes and 2? 8 minute 02?
8:15.
8:15.
Oh yeah, all you fucking snobs on the Share a Beer.
Get ready.
Share a Beer show. You fucking snobs. Just fucking laughing at you. Wasting your fucking money on purchasing that overpriced fucking beer shit.
That was pretty good. I'll give him that. That was worth replaying. Boo, boo. I like that.
Just fucking laughing at you, wasting your fucking money on purchasing that overpriced fucking beer shit.
Didn't we laugh at this one?
Yeah, different video. I actually think he did that on purpose because he heard us laughing at this last week. I think he's playing to the crowd now.
Yeah, asshole. With the chest hair puffing out his fucking shirt.
That's Tom. Isn't that Tom? Is that Tom?
Yeah, go back and replay. It's great. He covers almost all of it.
Tom's getting his own part of the rant now. Look at you.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, Tom, you rate now.
With the chest hair puffing out his fucking shirt. Fuck you, cunt. And fuck you, bum.
Oh!
And I mentioned Joe D is a fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Joe D.
Go back, Joe. You missed.
We got the bird and everything.
Yeah, go back. You missed a couple cuss outs.
Yeah. We got to play that one over again. What is
8:15.
Zach.
8:15. Okay, yeah. We got to hear that one over again. Yeah, we got to get the full whammy on this.
Oh yeah, all you fucking snobs on the Share a Beer. Share a Beer show. Fucking snobs. Just fucking laughing at you, wasting your fucking money on.
Wait, who's laughing at us? I think there's. All I see is people laughing with us.
I thought he was saying he was laughing at.
Shit.
I love that part. That part is great. Play it again.
Shit. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Purchasing overpriced fucking beer. Shit. Fuck you, Joe D. Fuck you, Mark.
Oh, Mark got in there. All right.
Zach.
Fuck that asshole with the
Let's see Craig.
With the chest hair
Come
puffing
on.
out.
Oh,
From Boston.
Yep, that's Tom. That's Tom.
That's
Mention Joe D's fat piece of shit. Fuck you, Joe D.
we gotta get.
Okay, he's not totally done. He's got one little final postscript coming up.
Okay. Yeah, P.S. Right?
Yeah. Ready?
Don't forget the other fucking fat asshole from Minnesota on the panel.
Oh! Hey, yeah! Not one. I'll give him 2 on that one. Love it.
you took us all out.
That's one side of the virtual bar. And then you got the dumpster. You got the dumpster water. You know, that fucking fucking cesspool with the bugs flying around and the fucking dead rats. Or, you know,
He's
dead
done with
cats.
us. He's talking about others now.
Oh.
The entire
The other virtual bar is like the low life fucking scumbags. Gonna be
So there's people even lower than us.
Oh yeah, yeah. He actually ranked us at the high end of the virtual bar because we are the snobs.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's CO2. Good God. You fat asshole.
Heck no! I got to get back to Andrew's part of the rant here.
I love that.
Yeah, no, he's past.
Water.
Here it comes.
That's one side of the virtual bar.
Oh no, he already passed.
A little
Right.
earlier.
Don't worry, I'll get you named.
Oh yeah, he passed it again. Yeah. Yeah, here it comes. Here we go.
You forget the other fucking fat asshole from Minnesota on the panel. Don't worry, I'll get you named.
You forgot my name. Love it.
He doesn't know your name.
I'm an unknown.
Yeah, you're an unknown.
Don't worry, Andrew. He'll figure it out. He's a genius. My God, if only they put our names up on the screen.
Oh yeah, he'd have us nailed every time we was on the show.
Oh.
But we haven't got Earth, and we haven't got Craig yet. I think Rod J missed his. Rod missed his. Rod had one, didn't he?
Did I?
No, not Rod.
Oh,
Rod. I don't think he nailed Rod yet. Or
me, Earth, and Craig are like the feature players. Saturday Night Live. Like we're not part of the whole cast and everything.
That was great.
Like a ninja.
I like that he got Andrew there, man. That cracks me up.
You forget the other fucking fat asshole from Minnesota on the panel. Don't worry, I'll get you named.
Don't worry.
I got a fat ass. I'll give him that.
I'm sure you're worried. I'm sure you're really worried.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
Even head
I
coach
know.
in the chat room is laughing his ass off at chest hair. That's what he's laughing at.
He'll figure it out. That's one more view you're going to be getting, Joe.
Yeah. So that is he'll, if we stay on long enough, it's been proven. We stay on long enough.
He will be here.
He will be here. Yeah. If we stay on 2 hours, he gets in here.
Oh yeah.
He's probably watching right now.
What was it, like 3 weeks ago? We had the chairman, Malt Mustang, and who else, Bum? We had four.
No, just 2 weeks ago. Corwin Russell, the chairman, Jay Vega, and Florida 32 ounce.
Okay, I thought Malt Mustang was in on that day, or maybe it was a week after.
Oh yeah, that's right. Malt Mustang did jump in. I forgot.
It's quite amusing. They're watching a bunch of snobs. So there you go.
I know, right? Like that's why I'm kind of surprised with the snob sort of thing. Now I'm surprised he's not getting Craig in there. You know what I'm saying? Craig's already got the accent and everything. Like it's like built in.
I'm a total.
No, he actually nailed Craig, but he used his screen name off of YouTube, so it's he went by Kent. He used Kent.
Oh yeah, in the chat, yeah.
He said, "Oh,
hey, Coach!
Hey, Coach! Nice!
All right,
What's up, Coach?
Yes.
Fuck you guys. I live in my mom's basement. Fuck you guys. Fuck myself. Fuck my mother. Fuck everybody.
Oh, this is good.
I gotta go. My mom's calling me. Bye.
Oh my God.
Can't wait for next week.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, man.
Who was that?
That was awesome. That is
Who was that masked man?
We gotta salute that guy. That is awesome. That was great. Oh my God, that was.
You get the coach gets this.
Yeah, that was a wow. Thumb, right? Oh, Tom missed it.
I missed something.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it, Tom. It was great.
Just go back about a minute. And...
Yeah, watch the replay, Tom.
Yeah, that was like a WWE surprise there.
That was awesome. That's gotta go in the Hall of Share Beer Hall of Fame right there. That was awesome. Well done, Coach. That was great.
Nice execution.
He pulled the Seinfeld, left on a high note.
You gotta leave. It's all about when to leave, and he knew when to leave. That was perfect.
I felt like something when I left him. I felt the aura.
You miss a minute on Joe D. You miss a lot.
Yeah. He left to comb the chest hair, and that was it, man. He missed one of the he left to apply some more chest butter.
Who was that in Brother Where I thought he went got some Dapper Dan to put on it.
That is awesome, man. What else does Billy D have for us, man? Anything else?
Yeah, well, you know what? I felt bad that I knew Craig was left out of the cuss-outs there. So I know, but I feel bad. So I did think it was time to give an update on the UK, the only UK malt liquor drinker who actually drinks malt liquor, Huffy 72. So if you want to go to his channel, Joe, we do have an interesting new video. The last we checked in with Huffy 72, he was drinking malt liquor on a Ferris wheel.
How did that could get messy?
Yeah. In Huffy 72's latest video, he's drinking malt liquor on a kayak.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you got
two videos in. Malt liquor kayak.
Hey, that actually looks.
Yeah. So there he is.
Nice. That's actually.
Whoa! This is absolutely going back at you live, and welcome to my private lake here in Wales.
It's his private lake that he owns, Craig.
And in my hand I have.
That doesn't look so private. I mean, look at all the
I see a couple houses over yonder.
Yeah, look at the label out, West Coast version, 7.5 inches.
The way he talks kills me, man. That cracks me up.
Sounds like the baby from Family Guy.
And then
sounds like
Stewie.
He looks like a little beaver or something. Look at him like he.
Don't pollute fucking bucket. I am a fucking genius.
He does sound like Stewie. This guy's a riot. He's been hunting a little too much.
Private lake. He does have his flotation device on, just in case.
Yes, safety first.
Sail away, sail away, sail away with me.
Now watch a conservation officer come up on him and it's like, excuse me, can I help you?
My heart is whatever you're not. Oh, can you see me? Hey, see me down. Greetings.
Hey, Bum, who was at the football game and they were doing the live video and the cops walked up and the video got cut off?
That's Mr. Met and Falstaff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't we haven't checked in with them for a while.
In the Welsh hills.
Sounds like Stewie.
The mountains, that's my mountain, I own that. Over that mountain is the Mount Snowdon. I do not own that. And yeah.
I have to admit, if I was on a boat out there, that's quite nice, man. I mean, I crush a lot of beers hanging out there, man. That's nice. Whoa, what happened there? What the?
Oh, I nearly lost you there. In the water there. Hey!
This guy could be his own animated character, man. This guy's great.
That's what I was just gonna say.
So,
don't need CGI for this.
Oh, he tried a malt liquor. Did you hear that?
Malt
liquor. So, Bum, is a mask part of the uniform?
Malt liquor.
Malt.
I like that one better, man. This guy's good.
It's not a requirement, Rod, but it's recommended.
That has gone today. Disappeared behind the clouds over there. Terrible stuff. Summit has officially finished in the Great Britain, United Kingdom, England, China.
Oh my God.
This guy's a storyteller.
That's what I do. I don't have a job. I just have a job. I get
He doesn't have a job.
and I can afford this luxury and this beauty. Look at it. This could all be yours.
It is beautiful, man. I'll give it to him. Nice.
If Shakespeare was a malt liquor drinker, this would probably be it. What do you think?
Now, one of the questions here, Bum, is did General Motors make that kayak? Is that a Chevrolet kayak?
Oh, I
ain't no Corvette.
Yeah, it might be a Corvette.
The kayak.
Yeah.
Was that a Corvette? Was that made in like '96 or something? I mean, come on, you know.
It might be a Camaro.
Is that a Camaro, man? Is that like a 2002 Camaro or something? Yeah.
Raining.
This guy is like non-stop, isn't he?
Multitasking, folks.
Multitasking.
She said she was. Makes a change of being a.
I know Craig is embarrassed as hell.
Oh God,
Oh,
definitely.
the sea is angry.
Craig's like, oh my God.
What the fuck is going on there?
He does not stop, this guy, huh? He is like, he's one of those cats that'd be annoying as hell to be there right there with them, but watching him on YouTube is quite entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
That is great. Hey, we got Basement Beer in the chat, man. Hey, cheers to him, man. He's telling everybody
Cheers, Jamie.
Oh man, that is great. That was
your mom pressed the wrong button, missed half of Bum's report. looks like she'll have to watch the repeat.
Yeah, that's definitely her favorite part of the show. Yeah, so
yeah, that's it for this week. Hopefully that was good enough.
That's good. Damn good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Apart from the last bit.
That guy, what was his Huffy 72?
Huffy 72.
Representation of all Englishmen.
That guy, great. Oh my God,
that was pretty amazing.
I'm sure Rod could testify that there's probably hundreds of that same character in Kentucky. Wearing same said camel mask on said canoe.
Yeah, but over there, I think you'd be hearing a certain song involving banjos.
Slightly different accent, but probably same.
That's more down Arkansas.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man. That guy was great.
That was
awesome. Thanks, Bum. I appreciate it, man. That was a pretty good golf clap for the malt. Very good.
You know what I saw him hold up that bottle of Old English, and I'm like, it said it turned blue when it was cold. I'm like, can Coors go after them for that? Is that like a trademark they have for turning blue when their bottles are cold?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's Miller Coors that makes that, right? Old English.
Do they?
Oh, is it?
So.
Oh, well, I guess they wouldn't have to since they make it.
Yeah, I think that might be Miller Coors. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, you could sue yourself for publicity, I suppose, but give yourself a cease and desist.
Wouldn't be a half bad move.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that's why. I've seen people holding signs on street corners doing very similar things. So,
that's the right twix.
I think the next guy I see on a street corner, I'm gonna make sure I have a 40 of malt liquor in my car in a brown bag, and I'm gonna just hand it to him. Say, here you go. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for my light to turn green and say, here, take this.
That was awesome, man. That was great. I love seeing Andrew getting in on there. Mark got in on there. We had the hairy one from Boston get on that one, man. We gotta.
I'm sorry Zach wasn't here to get the hate, because I know Zach would love that.
Oh yeah.
Zach would have loved that. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I forgot that we have had Kent. Kent has got his share of the review of the rants. I forgot. So Earth's the one. Earth has escaped it so far, and Rod has escaped it.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
On my channel regularly, I'll get Malt Mustang on there, so I think he's holding it down for me a little bit in the malt community. He'll pop on there and say some good encouraging stuff. He still wants me to do a malt at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that Malt Mustang dude.
Little malt respect.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I got a little bit of cred on the street. A little bit of cred.
A little street cred, yeah.
I think it's because of the deals.
It has a lot to do with the discounts that Rod can get you. Yeah. If you get in good with Rod, he can get you discounts on beer. So far, Mark's the closest in this room to getting those sorts of discounts, man.
I turned down the discount in favor of food.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've been on with Mark since he came up to Cincinnati. So it's good to see you.
Yeah. Do that again. I'm sure I'll be coming up through there at some point in the next year too.
Okay.
So my next beer that I'm gonna crack open is one of the beers that we've talked about quite a bit because they do make many different variants of this beer, and it's the Victory at Sea from Ballast Point. Got the bomber right here. It's this is a fantastic beer for those that haven't had the base beer, the chassis, the base model. Actually, this is the base model.
That's the one.
Not the LTZ. It's not the LT. Not the LTZ. It's not the GT. It's not any of those. This is the base model.
It's not the SS.
It's the classic.
It's the classic. Yeah.
Nice beer,
Yeah,
might as well be the RS.
Yeah, might as well be the RS. Yeah, the GS, whatever you call the base model that barely has like a motor and 4 tires.
Like the SE.
I mean, of those styles, of that, it's the OG version. So,
yeah, this is it. So you got 20. Look at this, 284,000 ratings. Man.
Oh wow!
All I see is you. I can't even see it, Joe.
Oh, you can?
I haven't had that.
712 in the last 30. 5 by me. 10%. 60 IBUs. 407. 407. So you've got our vanilla porter with coffee and vanilla. Our Victory at Sea Imperial Porter is a bold, smooth brew with just the right amount of sweetness. We infused this robust porter with whole vanilla beans and San Diego's own cafe. What is that? Calabria coffee bean. So, we'll crack this one open, man. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, Neary, start getting nightmares around this time, because we're about to dethrone him. We're about to. What do you call it? Put a little haze on his crown, a little
tarnish.
Tarnish, yeah. We're about to tarnish his crown a little bit. Here we go. Oh! Eat it, Neary! Nightmares are coming your way, man. Do you see that smoke? That was awesome.
You just woke up. You just woke up suddenly.
Woke up out of a nightmare in a cold sweat.
So here's a little before and after shot. So there's not actually that many bubbles in this one, but we'll give it the tap anyway. You can see now if you thought there was any bubbles, they are all gone. Look at that. Oh, bro.
That's one of the best stouts out there. Price-wise and everything. Oh.
It's a fantastic porter. If you haven't had this one,
that's actually been kind of hard for me to find as of the last month or two.
Just the regular one, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
They seem to always have it at my what Kornheiser calls the refugee Safeway. So at Safeway for me, they always have it, which is an Albertsons affiliate. Albertsons and Safeway are together now. They're married. So if you can find it at Safeway, you can find it at Albertsons more likely, if whatever's in your area. If for me, that is. God, I'm getting tons of chocolate. Just loads of vanilla and coffee. It's just, God, let's dig in.
Oh yeah, babe. The second, the third, the fourth go. Oh man.
Oh man, that is just the roastiness you get out of it, the coffee, the slight chocolate, that cocoa. It's just there, man. It's great. And then it finishes with a slight little alcohol burn. Not too crazy though, but just that slight little bit of alcohol's lingering on your tongue there. It's just a phenomenal beer. If you love a good Imperial Porter, this is it. This is it. Out of San Diego, baby. No charge. Fantastic. I would say it's a medium to heavy bodied Imperial.
Pretty dark too. Can't even see the
very,
light through the glass.
Very dark. Yeah, you cannot see the light. What was that show on Hulu that had the light? It was like a religion on there. Anybody see that show on Hulu? It was a series. Anyway, they would refer to the light all the time. Yeah, the light will save you, and all this stuff. It was crazy.
Kyle Angle into Poltergeist.
Man, I'm kind of super curious, but if you haven't had this, you gotta try it. It's really good. I want to say I gave $7 for this box. It might have been as low as $5 because they'll have like these weird random sales on these bombers. At least in my area, Ballast Point, like at the Safeway at least. The Path, that's that series. Anybody see The Path on Hulu? And they're like, they have this cult on there, and I forget what the cult's called, but they're always referring to the light. Oh, the light! Let the light guide you. It's kind of a fun show to watch. But Victory at Sea, as well, I might even be able to show you. There's so many different variants on Victory at Sea. Let me see if I can show you. See all variants. We're gonna click that right here.
I'm jealous of the peanut butter variant that you had. I've never found that one.
So you've got the bourbon barrel aged tart cherry Victory at Sea, White Russian Victory at Sea, the High West BBA. Boy, what would we call a BBA? What is a BBA?
Bourbon barrel aged.
Oh, I've got another word. I've got something else for it. BBA.
That's what you do. I know where you're going there.
I know exactly what that is. Right now. Yeah, I know exactly what that is. BBA. Yeah. High West kind of goes with the BBA. Yeah, right up your barrel aged sour cherry. That actually sounds really good. That barrel aged sour cherry Victory at Sea. That sounds good. Man, I'd have loved to have tried that. Look at all these different variants on Victory at Sea. It's insane. A pomegranate. Ooh.
Syrup? What's that? Maple syrup? Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, a Willet barrel aged Dane coffee and Madagascar vanilla bean, Commodore, another BBA. Yeah, baby. I didn't know the Commodores were into BBA. You know what I'm saying?
Once, twice, 3 times.
Nice!
Good one. Good one, Rod J. Good one. You slammed the door on it.
And Costanza is so pissed he didn't do that ahead of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Costanza is going, oh, Rod's the man. Rod is the man. Costanza's making a U-turn right now. He's just so pissed off. That was awesome. God, that was great. Oh, we've had a lot going on this show today, Bum. You know?
Yeah, now we have even more. This is the beer that I told you I bought just for the title. Everybody ready?
Yeah, let's see.
I am about to consume a can of dirty dank juice.
Oh, that is awesome. Oh, I love it. Dirty odd side ales, dude. Dirty dank juice. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is awesome.
And I can honestly say, if it was not for the Share a Beer show, I would not have purchased this beer.
Oh, that is awesome. I'm gonna let him pour that beer, and then I've already seen, just from typing it in, all the variants on that beer. We want to talk about a beer that has some that is awesome. They played on that name all the way. Look at that. That actually looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like they're watching.
Nice pour. Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
For the
He's got
title,
that-
it's almost they were watching a
glass
beer show.
That's the share beer glass right there. Very nice. He didn't even have to tap on that one, Earth. Look at that.
Yeah. Very opaque.
Yeah.
There's no looking at anything through that beer.
That's dirty. That's dirty beer.
That was awesome.
It's dirty, and it's dank, and it's juicy.
I love that name, man. God, I have to find that.
And then the mouth is moist.
Oh, that's the only thing missing from the name. Moist.
Moist in the mouth. That is awesome. You got passion dank juice, Amarillo dank juice, triple hop, dirty dank. That is awesome. Dirty, the dark and dirty disciples. But that's not from the same brewery. Awesome, man. Dirty Deputy Dank in collab with Big Johnson Brewery. There we go. That is awesome right there, man. Dirty Dank in collab with Big Johnson Brewery. Are you kidding me?
Collaboration with.
Oh, that is awesome. That you gotta just love when these breweries just have fun with it. Just have all the fun with this. Actually, that's a really well-ranked beer, man. What do you think? What are you thinking, Bum?
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, your typical New England unfiltered juicy IPA, and it's very dank.
Yes, very dank. So you got 13,000 ratings on here total, 524 in the last 30 days, 7% ABV, 55 IBUs, 3.9 bottle cap rating. That actually sounds like a pretty darn solid NE IPA right there.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So this is our take on the New England IPA. Low bitterness gives way to juicy hops and a smooth, creamy, hazy beer. Nice, man. So there's a better look at. I like the labeling too, actually.
Yeah,
I like that they went kind of old school with that. Not kind of. That is a definite old school play.
Yeah, it's a nice peel off sticker, which I obviously will save.
Yep.
They make it look like it's just one of those paper sort of stickers, but
which
that more of a plastic-ish.
Yeah.
Look at that, Mark. Look at that, man. Look at that. They're doing some ceramic. What do you call those? Kamados?
Kamado cookers, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. This guy's
eggs,
multiple. He's drinking dirty dank juice with it, man. Look at that. Dude, I love that name. That is awesome. That is, how do you not? If you see that and you pass that up, come on. What is wrong with you, right?
That's why I purchased it.
You bumped the right thing. It was automatic. You have to buy that. That is so automatic. That is great. I love that. Where are they out of? Let me see where it's Odd Side Ales.
Michigan, I believe.
Yeah, Michigan. Look at that. Grand Haven. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bean Flicker Blonde.
Right.
That is awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. Now, I am going to be on the... I love that name, man. That name's great. I am going to be on the lookout for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hazel's... Oh, I love their play on this one. They've got a beer called Hazel's Nuts.
Oh!
It's a stout. They've got a... Yeah, I just love when you have such a humor. Hey, how about this one? Java Chip Mint Stout.
Ooh.
That sounds interesting to me, man. So
Java chip ice cream is very good. I imagine that's good.
I gotta click on that to see what. Hey, that's got a 3.71 rating. I bet you that's actually pretty good. Craving ice cream. Yeah, it's a total play on mint chip ice cream. Yeah, craving ice cream. This stout will ease your taste buds. Perfect marriage of mint chocolate chip ice cream and roasted coffee. Oh, actually, those are my mother's some of her favorite flavors of ice cream. Mint chip and coffee ice cream are two of my mom's.
How about if you made a bear float with mint chip ice cream with the beer?
Now you're blowing my mind, bro. Stop it. Stop it. You're blowing my mind. You are actually, though. That's a good idea.
That sounds so good.
Like, what if you took?
I wonder if
what if you took Samuel Smith's double chocolate stout, and then took a big scoop, or just took a big scoop of vanilla ice cream and put it into this beer. You know, this Java mint. You know, I don't know that you'd want to put mint chip ice cream into this beer. I think you'd want to put like vanilla or some sort of neutral flavor and see what you get out of it. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, 371. That could go either way on you, right? That one, because you've got people in here rating it close to 5 bottle caps, and other people rating it basically 3 1/4. I'm seeing a 3, and then some people rating it really high. So for it to get a 371, that's right in that, like, borderline. Some people think it's great, some people think it's just okay.
You know, it'd be cool if they infiltrated like people put ratings, but how drunk are you while you're rating that? Like, how many beers have you drinking?
How many beers in? Right? That's a good point.
You can drink 5 in a beer, and you're gonna rate that beer different than when you first drank it.
Yeah.
Like one beer.
We talked about this yesterday. I had a pop-in show yesterday, and we talked about 2 of the new features on Untappd's mobile, where they have the graph, and you can see like how many beers you've personally rated at 1 star, half a star, whatever the case may be. And then now they have a new chat feature. I don't know if you know that, but they have a new instant message sort of feature in Untappd. So, like, for instance, when me and Mark go to Colorado, if Mark decides to go one way and I go another, we could, like, send each other our location. Like, hey, we'll meet up in a half hour again. Cool. You know, hey, I'm at such and such, and I could send him my location directly in Untappd, or send him my beer information directly in Untappd. Me and Bum demonstrated this last night, messaging each other in Untappd. It was pretty cool, man. It worked flawlessly, Well, it's like 2 dudes that started Untappd, right? And they're out of their garage, basically, and they're like, they finally quit their jobs. What was it, Mark, like a year ago, 2 years ago now? And full-time now to Untappd, and they're really moving along with this, man.
How do they make their revenue, though? Is it just businesses pay them to put their businesses on?
Yeah.
They do. The bars do.
And verified, those verified dungeons that pop up.
Yeah. It's quite expensive as well. It really is.
Yeah.
Like $2,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I asked a few bars like this. It's like, I would love to, but it's just so expensive. It's like
for a month. Yeah.
I don't know if it's per month or per year, but it's a cup. I know the growler store that I go to got offered, and it was like $2,000 to get on the platform, and then there's probably a charge after that.
Yeah. I mean, $1,000 for the year is really not that bad if its customers are coming in from it. But if you don't see any customers coming in from it, it's kind of like.
Depends how big your bar is, and depends how big your bar is and how much you make, I guess.
But to Tom's point, Beer Advocate used to not beer. What's the other beer ratings channel? I don't know. Yeah, Beer Advocate, right? The 2 brothers that started that one. They actually used to have it that if you rated something out of whack, it would pop up a box and say your score is off. From everybody else's, you need to put a comment with it while your score is that way, which was kind of interesting.
Do you still use Beer Advocate, Rod?
No, I just stay Untappd now. I don't do that or rate beer. Rate beer is kind of for me like kind of like the hacks on there. I really don't really know beer as much. It's on rate beer.
Yeah.
And Beer Advocate makes it too like heavy for some stuff. They tried to actually make it easier now, but Untapped was already there. It's like why switch off? Plus now you can beer cellar your list on Untapped, which is sweet too. So I can track all my beers on there and just go in and know what I have on hand and know what I need to drink.
Yeah, you know, Untapped. I don't know why anybody would use any of the other beer sites. I really don't.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
I really don't. I don't know why. If you know, even if you're new to beer, once you find Untapped, let's just say that you might use other stuff, but once you find Untapped, it's like
give the rest.
What else is there? Yeah, it's like those guys are, and it's such a niche thing, right? There's so many people. I go to bars, and so many people have never heard of it, and they're like, "Wow, really? There's a social network for beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's great," you know. And they just keep making it better, you know. They keep coming up with new ways to give you more badges, and they're kind of overwhelming me a little bit, I'll admit, with the verified venue sort of thing. But you tolerate. There's always a little bad in every good, and that's kind of to me the bad part. But hey, it's a necessary thing for them. I think it's a revenue drawing thing for them, and I'm fine with that. I've actually got some news out of the Twin Cities. Actually, there was a report out of the Twin Cities Pioneer Press.com about apparently a new place up there where you basically pour your own beer, or as much as you like. They give you some sort of tracking on your wrist now. You can see they blurred out the article on me, but from what I remember about reading it days ago now, you basically get some sort of tracker on your wrist. They give you some sort of tracking device, and you basically are just free to pour as much as you want. They're going to still charge you.
Joe, I got something to say on this. I was working when I was out for a couple weeks on working overtime. I was at this exact brew pub. I know how this works. I can enlighten everybody.
Yep.
When you first walk in the door, you go to the bar, and you get basically like a credit card. But what that credit card is going to act like, that's going to be your tab for the night. And then you proceed up to the wall where all the beer taps and stuff are at, and they have some other employees over there, which their job is to assist you. And they've got 32 taps going all at once. And when you are done for the night, you go back to the bar, you pay for your tab, and then you leave.
Yeah,
it's the Union 32 tap room, I think.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, we actually have one of those here too. You could actually do it by the ounce.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think that's how they do it. And this brew pub happens to be like about 2 blocks away from Vikings training camp.
That's awesome, man. I thought the idea of that was pretty cool. You guys remember now what's been a couple of years ago, I was saying, man, this is, you know, all the beer stuff's getting pretty old, pretty stale, man. We need to get some new stuff going. This is new enough where I think it's about time for something like this. We've got self-check and all these sorts of things happening. Amazon's trying to do it. Walmart and all your grocery stores try to have like a self-checkout. You know, we've been doing self-pump gas forever. Self-pump petrol, if you will, some places.
Unless you live in New Jersey. They will not let
unless
you live in New Jersey.
Yeah, then they but in any case, I mean, like, I think that's pretty cool. And now it sucks in a way because the first thing came to my mind when I saw this article was, now just like when you go to any other bar and you get something off the tap I always worry about the tap cleanliness. So how clean are they keeping those taps? So when I pour a beer, how aware are they of how many beers are getting poured out of that tap? I'm sure they're pretty aware of that, but how often are they getting to that? Like you know what I'm saying? Is that going to hamper? Is that going to slow down the cleaning process so that I make sure I'm getting a good pour, a good beer, every time, and not like that bitter tap taste out of there.
Joe, I on your Facebook Joe D reviews, I sent you the link to Union 32 if you want to pull it up.
Oh, okay, you did. Okay, awesome. So maybe I'll check that out as well. What do you think, guys? If you had something like this in your area, would you try it out? Do you think that'd be like a favorite spot for you? Something you'd be interested
I'd give
in?
it a try. I think that
Yeah, I haven't been to the one that we have here, but some people tend to like it. I don't know. I think you lose something though. Also, I mean, where you have like less action from having someone that actually knows the beers too. If you know what the beers you usually like and you're a kind of a craft guy, I think it's great. But if you're like a novice, you're like, it could be overwhelming.
Yeah. The cool thing about this place, guys, is they serve only Minnesota beers here.
Nice. So all Minnesota craft.
Yep.
Nice.
All Minnesota craft beers. Local breweries in the Twin Cities and all around the state.
Mm-hmm.
And they've actually got basically a big screen TV up on the wall above all the taps and of all the beers that they actually have.
Well, this is our friend Andrew here. This is basically what it looks like.
Yep, that's your beer tap wall.
And so as you walk up there and it's just like a soda fountain, really, right? Like
Yep, that's what it is.
I was thinking of like those yogurt places.
Yeah,
who isn't used to that? Who isn't used to it when you walk into Wendy's, when you walk into a McDonald's? Most of us pour our own beverage nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Here's the cool thing, Joe. When you walk around to the restrooms, which is around back, you actually. No, this is the cool thing.
Andrew, you pulled the wrong tap, my friend. No, that was the wrong tap.
No.
Pull that tap. I know
you'd have to untap that.
It's like there's a hole in the wall for some reason.
That was the wrong tap.
No, what I'm trying to say is they've actually got glass, so you can actually see all the kegs and stuff they have in the cooler.
Okay.
When you're walking around back.
He's like, I thought there
was
was
at the glory hole. At the glory hole.
I wasn't going there, Mark. Although all of us are just as sick and demented and twisted.
Yeah,
Kool-Aid man through the wall.
There's a lot of places with glass so you can watch.
It's a black. That's it.
Joe was never gonna let that one go.
Nope.
That wasn't the
transparent about these.
That was the wrong tap. The writing on the wall in the stall says after 7 p.m. pull here. Just
They do have pictures of old breweries in there though, in black and white, nice big pictures.
Pull here, this tap's free. That sort of thing.
It was a broken tap. You gonna work it a little bit?
Yeah, pull it a couple times.
You gotta jerk it.
Oh, that's great.
This train has officially left the rails.
Coach says we are literally just big hairy children.
It's not even that bad.
Yeah. That was good.
It gets a lot worse.
Yeah.
That is awesome. No, but that actually does seem like a cool concept. I mean, I think we're already really used to that. I mean, when you, like I said, you go to any sort of fast food restaurant, you're pretty much used to pouring your own fountain drink. This is basically the same thing, except for, they're going to charge you per pour, but you're just doing it yourself.
I got a question though. Do you lose the connection from dealing with? Do you like dealing with bartenders?
I do actually. Yeah,
I do.
You lose that connection.
And just like with the cashiers, I worry about jobs and that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
And then there's also, the waiter, the waitress that comes around, the wait person that comes around to your table and just brings you beers, and you give them a tip and stuff. I don't mind doing that when I go to a bar. In this case, you're kind of breaking hey, let's face it, when you're drinking beer, you're already breaking away from your conversation enough. Once you break the tap, if you will, you're already having to, excuse me, I'll be back, right, more often than you were before. So, to interrupt your conversations a little more than you already are, just to get another beer is, I don't know. But Andrew's the only one in this room that's done that. So, how did it go for you? How was your experience, man?
I was just there for work, and from what I saw, everybody was having a great time, and they had enough staff on hand, you still to assist people who are new, and show them how to get their beer and stuff, and they even have food and stuff there too, and their burgers are really good.
Did they have anybody that was like doing the normal wait staff sort of thing, bringing people beer? Okay.
Yeah. So it's not where you're literally divorced from going and get your own beer. You have people there that assist you.
Okay.
But do you expect a wait staff at a brewery like where me and Mark met at Mad Tree? It was pretty much we got our own beers, we got our own pizza, we just put the orders in. Yeah. Do you expect to have wait staff when you go to places, or?
I do. Yeah. If I sit at a bar, there's certain situations where, like, okay, for instance, if I walk into a brewery or bar, to me that part don't matter. If I walk into a brewery or a bar and I get my first drink and sit down, I will kind of expect to get the next one. And then, you know what I'm saying? But if I sit down at a table, I expect to be served from thereafter. Make any sense to anybody?
Yeah, I'm just thinking here, like with all of our breweries, for the most part, we don't really have wait staff. So you usually get it yourself, and you go back and get any refills you want to get. So just kind of curious how that plays out in other parts of the country.
And I think it would depend on the place, too. If I go, sometimes it's time of day. Like some places don't necessarily have a wait staff, especially small breweries, till after 5, let's put a number on it. So if you were to go at 2 or 3, like you sit down and you kind of quickly notice, all right, I guess I got to get it myself. And so, I guess I'm flexible that way. But if they have a wait staff, then I kind of, I'll take advantage of that. It depends,
Man, that's how good the beer is. If it's good beer, I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
I'm getting up for it. You're gonna tell me twice.
Yeah, it is nice at a bar, if it's a bar environment, to sit and interact with the bartender, and especially if you haven't tried beers, you can taste stuff and see what you like, what you don't like.
Well, I like to go to take a photograph of a pump clip as well on tap, so you can't do that sitting down.
It's also just about the faucet, man. You got to have a standard tap with a custom tap handle on it.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Can't be just pulling on any handle.
Can't just push a button.
they've got all the taps marked for what's hooked up to them.
Yeah. Including the one marked Richard, right?
You threw a lot on that one, man.
Oh, we've got someone new. Is that Eli really or Illy really?
These freaking planes.
Billy, really? Oh.
Interesting question he's got here, or they've got here. Illy really, I think is the name. What is the average amount of beer y'all consume in a night out? That's a fair question. What when you go, just on an average, let's say you're going tonight, Saturday night. What would you consume? How many beers do you think you would consume? How many? Let's call it. If you go to a bar, you're pretty much getting 16-ounce pours, right? Pretty much.
I think it depends on where in the beer, because we have some we do 25-ounce pours.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm saying just on average, you're going to get a pounder.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it depends what you're drinking as well. Right. I mean, I mean, I don't know what the measurements are in ounces, but we get third pours, 2/3, or a pint. So,
and the ABV as well.
Yeah, if you're getting something high gravity, that's going to be 8 or 10 ounce pour.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
we got like.
I try and have a third, and then just try and get through more different types of stuff. So I don't know. It varies, doesn't it? Sometimes it depends what mood you're in. Sometimes you just want a few beers.
Yeah, I mean, on average, I would say I'm having at least probably 5 or 6 right? Just
what do you think? To keep them around a certain level, do you like start high, come down, or?
Yeah, on average, if I go to the average bar that's down the street, for instance, let's say I go right now. If I were to go down there, they're more than likely going to have Miller Lite on sale, as you can tell from my check-in, or they're going to have Miller Lite, Pabst, or Kilt Lifter, right? Either one of those beers. I don't necessarily give a damn what the ABV is because I kind of know what they all are, and if they have them on sale, $3 a pour. Sometimes they're 24-ounce pours, whatever.
Sometimes you're lucky you can get there at happy hour.
Yeah. So, they're going to have a sale on those beers, and so that's why I have a large amount of check-ins on those beers. And I'll probably have 5 or 6. The
reason I was there, cause like, first of all, we got like a great Chinese restaurant here, and they have like 150 beers there, but occasionally I'll go there and I'll start out with like a Molotov cocktail, so you're looking at a 15% ABV beer, and I'll work my way back down. So that's when I limit what I may do, but if I'm sticking on 5 or 6% ABV, I'll have probably a few more.
Yeah.
Well, and see, and in my case, I'm crushing, let's say, Miller Lite. If they're having Miller Lite
right there,
that's a 12-pack plus for me.
They're having 22-ounce pours for $3 or 2 something. That's what I want to drink. And then in between every beer, I got to have a shot of Patron.
That brings it up now.
So that's the way it works. And I can't drink Patron alone, so whoever's around is going to have Patron too.
I think that's another thing you have to take into account is if you're on your own, you might drink a bit less than if you're with company as well. If you're with company, you just,
I'm not sure.
Matters how close you are to home, though.
Yeah, because
or if you're driving, or if you're getting a ride.
Yeah, like who's driving?
I'm close enough where Uber's only $10 to get home.
Dude,
forget about it. As long as the Uber driver is big enough to carry me to the car, like it's on, son.
It's like when you go with your buddy to a beer festival and you decide like who's driving. Are you driving? Yeah, I'll drive. All right, let me know because I'm gonna get lit. If you're gonna drive, I'm gonna get lit. Now, if you want me to drive, I'll drive.
Are you the DD? Are you the DD? That's all I need to know.
You got it. You got it. So let me see you drinking some barley wine when we get to the festival.
Yeah, you got to. Okay, if we're having to pay for Uber together, I don't give a damn. Just get me there somehow. right? And we're gonna, get me there somehow, right? Yeah, because that's already, yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get home somehow. We're gonna get there, and then we'll figure out the rest out.
Mark knows because we've already had that discussion. Because I'm like, you know what, man, they got a bar in the hotel, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think about that ahead of time. I'm like, they got a bar in the hotel, so I can get lit. Like, all I gotta do is get to the elevator, bro. Like,
Get the elevator and back to your room, and you're good.
I use a two-wheeler.
Use a two-wheeler.
Someone can hand truck me to my room for real. Like, that could happen. If I'm in the hotel, someone could put me in the luggage rack deal and take me to the room.
Hey, Joe. To move you and myself to our respective rooms, they'd need 2 luggage racks for one person.
But see what you got to do, Joe. When you and Mark check in, you got to ask them, do you have wheelchairs handy just in case?
No, we need Beckianomy.
Yeah, we need
Mark. Bellhop could probably fireman carry Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, load us up and take us where we need to go.
Mark is lightest guy in this chat right now.
True that.
Hey, I'm a solid 170.
That was a good question.
How much you weigh, Mark? 170, you said?
172.
Oh, gee, let's see.
Yeah,
Last time I weighed 170, I was in junior high school.
Yeah, that was in high school.
That was like over 40 years ago.
Yeah, that was in high school. Sure. But that, high school was like, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe? 9 years ago? Like dog years, right? We're doing dog years here, right?
Leap years.
Yeah, leap years. There we go.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So are we talking maturity here? Yeah, we're talking maturity, right? Because I'm still like right there.
Who doesn't still laugh at a fart joke?
Right? Come on. Boobs? Did someone say boobs? What? It's like, down blouse?
Three ISIS terrorists walk into a bar, and I'm not talking alcohol.
Yeah, so that's that's a good question, and then it's also I thought that was a good question, because and then it kind of depends too, like am I on vacay or not? You know what I'm saying? If I'm on vacay, oh man, forget about it.
Well, I was going to say that.
Hey, we got Friday the 13th in the chat here. Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. Cheers, Jason.
Yeah, Jason jumps in immediately. It's oh god, what did I do?
I got a question. I got a question for you,
Guy.
Joe. I know you've been really into like the dill, like eating like pickles and stuff. Have you ever had a what do they call it?
Whoa!
No, Joe, it's bananas.
Have you ever
Start over.
Tell everybody.
Where you take the shot of Jameson, and then you take a shot of
Joe like zucchini.
Yeah, is that like a BBA question?
You guys are horrible.
Hey, Tom, you're still on the train, man.
Oh my god, on the train! Oh my god.
Trying to hang on with one hand.
Idiot, right? So what was you saying, Tom? Sorry, man.
Have you ever had? I know the name's gonna erupt. Have you ever had a pickleback?
Oh my god!
I thought he's going to say
You're not going to get anywhere, Tom.
It's not
Pickleback Mountain. Yeah.
Pickleback. I'm going to use that at work. I swear to God, I'm going to use that at work. Was that like a movie?
No,
Is that a movie title, like Pickleback Mountain or something? What is that?
No, it's when you take a shot of Jameson, and then you take a shot of pickle juice right after.
Nice.
Oh, really?
It's actually very delicious. I highly enjoy them.
I mean, putting those two together.
Palate cleanser.
It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually very good. It
Really?
totally like
Whiskey
annihilates.
with the pickle juice. Huh? Oh.
You drink the pickle juice, and it's just all you
I hear
taste.
pickle's a good palate cleanser. So
palate cleanser,
yeah.
I mean, then you can go to the. I mean, never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind, he says.
I'm gonna have to tell her that. I'll tell her that. You know, pickle juice is good. Palate cleanser, baby.
Have you? I can't imagine drinking pickle juice. Though. I just never thought about like. You pour the juice in down the drain, right? So.
Ooh, pickle juice.
You know, well, the only time that you would drink pickle juice, at least for me, it was famous for, was trying to get through the P test, right? Like, you would drink pickle juice, and then you'd get through the P test. That's how you got through that deal,
Well,
back in the day.
A Wizinator, right? Is that what the Vikings players use? The Wizinator?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
The Wizinator.
Who was the one Viking got called to the airport or whatever, trying to use it or something?
You've got.
No, he had it in his luggage.
This is awesome. This is great. So, just to change speeds a little bit here, we've got actually one of the newest, biggest retailers to accept Apple Pay now across all its U.S. stores. Now is Costco. With Costco, you can use Apple Pay. So for those of us that use Apple Pay, Costco now you can use Apple Pay, man.
That's pretty cool. Supported earlier because they sell a lot of Apple products. Really, Costco has to be one of the largest retailers of Apple stuff outside of Apple.
Yeah, Costco has been so locked into their deals with the different banks. Mm-hmm. So they've been so locked into, who is it? Is it Visa only?
Well,
not even
Mastercard. American Express, and then they switched Citibank last year.
Yeah, last year. So that opened the door to Visa, right?
So
they're now Visa.
Yeah.
So with Apple Pay, that opens the door to a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because some of our banks they have well, of course Costco's always taken debit cards. But I think it had to be a Visa debit card.
Yep, Visa.
Yep. Yeah, it has to be Visa debit.
Yeah. So, with Apple Pay, that kind of could open the door to a lot of stuff now.
Yeah. No,
I'm not a regular Costco shopper like I used to be, but I know a lot of people are here that tune into this show, so that might be a big deal.
Mom and I go there about every 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
You really every 2 weeks?
Well, it depends what we need for the house. I mean, they've got like a 5-pack of Clorox wipes. You need clean stuff in your house, and
those things get expensive for a while.
Yeah, that's why we go there and we get that big 5-pack. Whereas if you were to buy, say, 5 containers at like your local grocer, it'd cost you like an arm and a leg.
Like $40, like literally.
Yeah, it's like you go there, you buy a 5-pack, and it's like $20.
My question with Costco nowadays, because I've kind of wised up to Costco. I used to be, you guys know from watching my old videos, I was so diehard Costco. Since moving here to Phoenix, I've really changed speeds. And now, to me, it's like they have certain items that get you to go back to the Costco. But do you get just that item, or just those 2 items, or even just those 3 items and leave? Hell no, you don't. You're going to go there and you're going to buy all these other things that you don't necessarily need, or that you already have 2 of in your pantry. And so you kind of overspend when you go to
definitely
Costco.
contemplate while you're there, because you're like, well, do I want to come back? No, I'll just buy all this and have more than I need. You know what I mean? It's like you can't like separate everything. I mean, that's what it is, right? Bulk. We have a store in our area called, BJ's. Right.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, break it through the wall.
I'll leave it right there.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone because BJ's is a well-known restaurant chain as well.
I drink backs of
it's like a restaurant brewery, and so I've already wore out.
Sounds good.
You had your fun with that one already.
Yeah, I've already. Yeah, so, I'll leave that one alone.
This is a family show.
We do have
It
some
attempts to be.
in the room here. Yeah, exactly.
I remember that one time we were in this phase, and Zach checked in, and he didn't even say anything, and he just like ran out of the room. It's like, okay, goodbye. That was a while ago, though. That was like last year.
That's a while ago.
No, but I'm sure your store that you're mentioning is similar to like out in this area of the country. We have Smart and Final, which is another version of Costco or something without a membership, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob says, I love BJ's.
One more happy face on there.
Yeah.
It's wholesale, too.
Multiple happy faces on there with tongues sticking out. Yeah.
Joe's not going to bite.
I'm just, my problem with any chain that's named I've just played that one already. Like it's.
Well, you were saying the restaurant, you met BJ's Brew House, right? That's the one you were talking about, because we got a couple of those here too. Yeah. Where you going, honey? I'm going to BJ's.
Yeah, because you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she doesn't hear to go over to. She says, I'm going to BJ's.
I got to go get it myself. Hello. It's. They actually have really good sodas as well. Back in the day when I was in Albuquerque, I would go there to get their orange soda or their root beer. From the BJ's root beer. You still can't help but chuckle every time you say it, right? But they actually did have good food there. The problem with BJ's, if there is a problem with BJ's, is their menu was so big, right? That you could hardly make up your mind, if you will.
It's like, hey, missus, I'm going for a BJ's. You coming?
Yeah, because I will when I get there.
That's a good one, Craig.
Exactly, right? Like it has legs. You just can't help it, right? Like it has legs, It's kind of like, our friend Coach there, he's tired of hearing all the Idaho jokes, it's built in, and whole Idaho, right? Like, it's built in. It has a certain amount of legs, but in any case, for those of us that do shop at Costco, I'm pouring the last of my Victory at Sea now. Oh,
how big is that bomber, Joe?
20. Must be a 750, right?
22 for a bomber.
22, yeah, 22.
Oh, okay.
You look exotic.
Have you seen, did you shop at Costco, Joe, when you get beer? Have you seen them cut back on anything? I know the Costco here, they said they were looking to maybe limit beer sales.
I am not a regular Costco shopper. I do my best to stay out of Costco. I will buy things like the things that I can tell you even right now, the things that I like to get at Costco, because I think that they're really not just a good value, but good products.
Mm-hmm.
So like the towels, I like to buy my bath towels at Costco. I think that's good value, and for what you're getting, hard to beat. Their bedding is really good as well. Good value. And they have a few other things. Their underwear is kind of weird to say, but their underwear is a good value for what you're getting as well.
Need a special Fruit of the Loom there or what?
They do actually.
It's like the McDonald's Coke.
See, the thing of it is I don't want just anybody with my boys, right? And so I trust the Kirkland with my boys, right? Because there ain't no one more important than my boys. The people that I trust are my boys. So I don't even trust myself to hold my boys. So, I am actively trying to recruit someone to hold the boys, right? So, yeah, it's
the boys will be boys. So.
It constantly. Yeah. Someone to keep the boys in control there, yes.
Keep everyone in control.
But honestly,
keep the boys where they belong.
Socks and underwear from Costco are not just a good, price value, but actually for what you're getting, really good quality. And all those things I order online to keep me out of Costco.
But you pay for the membership there still, right? So, I mean...
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I thought you could be a member to get anything besides alcohol. You can get alcohol without being a member, but everything else you're supposed to be a member.
You can shop. So far, my experience has been you can shop online via Costco without having to be a member.
If you want to go into the store physically, you need the membership.
Yeah. Well, there's stuff on Costco online that you can't get access to. Like some of the electronics and stuff, you can't get a price and purchase unless you're a member. But a lot of the regular stuff, you can go right to it and order it.
You can go right to it. And it'll keep you, because to me, my thing is if I'm going to go to Costco because they've got a good deal on frozen chicken, for Christ's sake, it's not worth it because you can hardly get in and out of there without buying anything else but the frozen chicken. You can hardly get out of a Costco without dropping a C note in there, man. I mean that's the reality of it. I'm that conscious about my budget that I try to save, all my money for other crazy, ridiculous, stupid purchases.
Well, Mom and I, when we go there, Joe, we're after certain items, and it's like I'm buying some stuff, and Mom's buying stuff for her, and it's like we each have our own budgets.
Yeah, and the problem is because even though I know better, you still fall prone to the Costco Sam's warehouse club.
Yep.
Thing. Like you can hardly get out of there without spending $100. Like you're just gonna. It's not hard either because now the prices. It used to be pretty much everything was $9.99, $9.95, $9.96. It's another one of their favorite price points. $9.96. But now that price has creeped up to 12 something, 15 something. So you buy 4 items and you're over $100. Like it's crazy in those places, So
the good thing about going to BJ's is when you get like the coupons and stuff, you can double coupon. But they don't want you to do it. But we double coupon. We'll put like 2 coupons of the same thing and we'll put it in. So if it's like $18 and it's $3 off, it'll be like $12 instead of $18. But they get pissed off when they catch you. But
They let you use 2 coupons on one thing, or is it one in the system already?
They let you do it though, like, but they program it so they let you do it, but they don't want you to do it. So it's almost like they want you to do it. It's weird. It's weird.
It's like they're bipolar.
So it's like when she's telling you no, but wait.
You see the yes in her eye?
Yeah. She's telling you no, but shaking her head yes, like waving you in, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah, don't pull on my hair while that's happening, sort of thing. Yeah, I get it.
Rod's just busting a stitch over here.
So here's a tip.
Oh, whoa! That's what I told Loretta. You know, come on, your little Joey's on stage here. Come on, man, what are you doing?
It's definitely bounced around tonight for sure.
Oh, this is fun. So, but yeah, all of that from Costco getting Apple Pay. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Like we could do a lot of stuff here. All the rest of my stuff I've got is actually photography related, and I don't think anybody's interested in that but me and Mark.
And don't forget me either, Joe.
Okay, Andrew, possibly. But there is some actually pretty good. You got Photokina and all that stuff happening, so you've got some pretty good photo news happening right now, but photo related news. But yeah, it's. I actually did another photo shoot today, so that's why I'm nice. Playing hurt today because I'm actually a little tired. I finished the shoot just a couple hours before the show started. I can give you guys a sample here. So this is one of my images from today's shoot.
These are much better than Instagram photos.
Another image from today's shoot as well. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Little sneak peek into what I did today.
Do you help them build their portfolio and stuff when you take the photos and everything, or is it just?
Yeah, it's a constant. Every single thing you do is building your portfolio and their portfolio, and so they're definitely, especially the higher end pros, let's say, are because it's an age game, right? Mm-hmm. So the older they get, the more that they want to shoot with photographers that are on a particular level, so that they make sure that they're upping their game, because the older they get, the more important it is to have a spot on portfolio. Mm-hmm. They still need to get paid. It's the pros get paid.
I just got a notification.
I'm sorry.
I just got a notification. John McCain just died.
Yeah. Really? John McCain just died?
Is it just
Yeah, just a little while ago, looks like.
A while ago.
Wow.
Oh, really?
He was doing good.
Who just died?
John McCain.
No shit.
I didn't
just announce he wasn't doing any more of the cancer treatments.
They announced that yesterday, and they said he's probably.
Oh, really?
I saw that mentioned on Facebook like 2 weeks ago. They quit the cancer treatments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know any of that. So, cheers to John McCain.
Arizona too, Joe.
Yeah, he's our senator, right?
POW.
Congressman.
Yeah.
But hey, dilly to John McCain. He's a long service with this country. Whether you agree with his politics or not, you have to agree that someone that commits their life to service to the country
60 years.
is worth a salute, man. So, dilly to John McCain. I don't necessarily agree with his politics, but personally, but hey,
as a
that's
person,
a long time serving your country, man. It's a long time, and I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect a lot of people I work with, for Christ's sake, but you know, when you serve a company for 35 to 40 years, even 45 years, I will give you at least a salute. That's a long time to commit to something. So when you're doing it for, what would you say, Craig, 60 years?
60 years, apparently, yeah.
That's a long time to commit to something, man. Come on.
He's a POW too.
Yeah,
he was POW. I mean, he's committed his whole life to public service for his country. So,
well, that's what he said. That's what he did like a while back too. Yeah. Well, we'll see what the 2 a.m. We'll see what the 2 a.m. tweet says. So,
I don't have to agree with someone's politics. I'm keeping politics out.
Yeah.
Committing your life to something for 60 years is more than most people.
Well, you don't have to agree to respect a person for sure.
That's absolutely. That is. I can agree to disagree and agree that, hey man, you've done it for a long time, and that's honorable to me. That's about all I got to say on that. But I will give us the man died, and that's boom. There you go. It's a lifetime, you know, and the POW at that, man. That's I can't even imagine what the man went through. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, man. Be a POW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
CNN's running the story now, and they're all like talking about it.
Yeah. You got to give respect, man, to a man that serves this country 60 years and then passes away. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know, you know, just salute. That's it. That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
Yeah. Life goes on.
Yeah, life keeps going on, but yeah, I mean, you at least do. You know, I feel like you commit your life to 60 years to the United States of America. You know, hey, I'll give you at least a salute in a few minutes on our show, and that's the most I can do. Like that's even across the pond in our you devote 60 years of your life to something that's amazing, man. To me, we've got guys that commit a lot of their lives to our company, the company I work for. It's a regular thing. We have, it's something I look forward to seeing. They put out a monthly newsletter deal. I'm sure a lot of companies do. And we regularly have sections for 20-year retirements, 30-year retirements, 40-year retirements, and 50-year retirements. And it is something else, man. Whether I liked you or not, man, I'll still respect that you put in that amount of time with one company.
It's like if you've been married for 60 years. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hear someone, you know, I could think you're a total a-hole, but if you've been married for 50 years, I'm like, salute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and salute twice to her because you're an a-hole. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Woo!
Champ.
I was thinking long term. I think of Nelson Mandela. He was in prison for how many years?
Straight up.
Then Nelson Mandela gets out. He gets a divorce. He's like, I've been in prison all that time. Come out for a year. I'm out.
So he got out twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he's like, I'm going back to prison till this divorce is settled.
Well, he had conjugal visit with Loretta, and I don't think anyone split up. Let me tell you, change religions. You know what I'm saying? Loretta's something else. Yeah, like.
Oh, the age downsize and make it with a company for 40 years.
You know, it's just one of those like catch-all names to me, Loretta. It's like, you know,
It's like Loretta.
Loretta. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I don't know. I don't know many Lorettas, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a fun name. I guess I'm on it, but yeah, it's a fun name to me.
It rolls off your tongue very nicely.
Yeah, kind of like candy. Yeah, no, I knew a candy.
Come on, you know candy.
I knew it. I've known a few candies in my life, but my mom knows. If my mom's still watching the show and she knows the candy I'm referring to, my mom introduced me to candy. There used to be, and this is gonna get worse because Candy worked in a massage parlor, and that makes the story even juicier, if you will. So yeah. So the candy actually worked in a massage parlor, and let go wherever you want.
Was she good eye candy?
Oh. Hey Joe, did she rub you the right way?
Yeah. At the time that I knew her, that would have been seriously against the law. So yeah, I don't know.
Were you like Seinfeld, the episode where he was dating a massage girl? You're trying to get a massage all the time.
Right. Yeah, you're like, whoa. Yeah.
Hey, Judge Costanza came over and telling him about the massage she gave her.
Yeah.
No, that was Kramer. Kramer was coming over and was like, "Oh man, you got it. You have not had it. You don't even know what this is like. You don't know how I need these massages." Yeah, he's telling Jerry about all this. You know what's funny about Seinfeld is, of course, Kramer was a real character named Kramer. That was his actual name, and that was what was the writer? Dave something. What was with that main writer for the show?
I thought that was the guy on HBO, Larry David.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Larry David. Yeah. And that was Larry David's friend, right? And Kramer. He's the real Kramer. So what was funny was they played on that when Kramer in the Seinfeld episode started the tour and was saying he was the real Peterman. That was a real deal that happened. And the real Kramer actually still has a tour bus and claims he's the real Kramer. Still in New York City doing tours of Seinfeld, claiming he's the real Kramer. And he actually is the real Kramer. And it's funny to see him on YouTube. If you look at his videos on YouTube, depending on how into Seinfeld you get, and you see where the episodes where Kramer on the show, where Jerry's interviewing Kramers and all that sort of thing, that was a real thing that happened. What's funny is all these things are real things that happened to Larry David, not Jerry. Jerry's playing Larry David. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny how all these, once you figure out that Jerry is actually Larry David and Kramer's actually really named Kramer and he's a real dude that was Larry David's, he lived in an apartment complex with Larry David. He was actual friend. It's quite hilarious when you watch the show over again in that context. So that's why I think about having shows on here just dedicated to Seinfeld, because I get that far in. Like I am just a complete. You know what's funny too is I didn't really watch Seinfeld until about 5-6 years ago. I didn't watch it when it was live. I didn't watch it, I watched it just before I left Albuquerque. When I really
started watching it.
Yeah, I started watching it. Started sinking into the Seinfeld, and I'm pretty darn into it. So it's kind of funny that.
I love the episode when Kramer does his own talk show. And every time in between the break, he'll stuff his face with chips, and then he'll go back into the show. All right, we're back.
Yeah. He's like, and we'll be back after this. And then he just sits down to a bag of chips, and he eats a couple of chips, and they're all looking at him like, "Are you nuts?" You know. He eats a couple of chips and takes a sip of his Pepsi, I think it was, and then he's like, "And we're back." You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. I have to show the real Kramer. For those of you that don't know about the real Kramer, and are even just not necessarily even fans of the show, but didn't realize that Kramer is the one real character out of that whole thing. He's a real dude. And his name is Kramer. That's what's funny about it.
They try to find their own like people to play their own characters. Is that kind of mocking that?
Yeah, like it's all that sort of thing is. I have to show you guys the real Kramer in case you didn't know and you don't know what he looks like. I'll show you guys. So I actually I'm going through my history on YouTube. Malt liquor. Yeah, watch him say malt liquor, right? Yeah, exactly. Malt liquor. Yeah, you're just waiting for that part, right? Where
I'm surprised the chairman has not chimed in yet. It's already 20 after 8 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, you're right. We've been on here long enough for him to chime in, and he hasn't chimed in. Like, what's wrong with it?
Or even Malt Mustang or some of the other regular suspects from the MLDC.
So here we go. For those of you that are, since I'm talking about it, you're mildly interested. This is the real Kramer. This is him.
The nap was based on this person Greg knew and worked with who used to nap under his desk. I guess a lot of people at Greg's workplace caught on to that.
It's fun to see these big sort of open cubicles that were really impossible to slack off.
My favorite things about
you
the
make
show.
me want to watch that.
That idea of taking something that was based on our show that became real
and become a complete
That's him. That's
pain,
Kramer.
which of course he did.
The core idea was, how could this possibly be entertaining
And that's
to
the
anyone?
tour bus that he actually has.
real-life
See,
Kramer is
1-800
doing in New
Kramers.
York.
He came on the set a few times.
That's him.
He just wanted a picture with me so bad. And I took a picture with him, and then it was like
See this,
2 weeks
Michael
later, he
Richards
calls
talking
me up
about it.
in the nature of Kramer and wanted my permission legally to use the picture. He wanted to exploit the picture and create something around the picture, and I was really taken back by that. I was on my guard with Kenny, particularly when he was going around saying, "I am the real Kramer."
Hi, I'm Kenny Kramer, the real Kramer. You know, the guy that character on Seinfeld was based on. A lot of people may not recognize me like this. Probably you remember me more like this. Because you see, when I decided I was going to shamelessly cash in on my illustrious name, I came up with this concept that what I need to do is create a brand. Something that you wouldn't mistake me for Cosmo. I figured his hair is long, goes up. I have long hair, it goes down.
If you really want Kramer, this is what he's doing is, well, you know, he's Hollywood. It's something. So I got very defensive about it. And of course, Larry David thought it was very amusing, the rift that was going on between us. I wouldn't give Kenny rights to the picture, to that photograph, because I didn't know how he was going to use it.
And the more I read about it, the free pizza bagel at the end and the stops, it just seemed like the worst hour and a half anybody could ever spend.
I was flattered. I mean, it's great. You know, first of all, it was a publicity bonanza for the tour. First of all, secondly, you know, I thought it was hilariously funny. You know, and what I didn't realize, I found out later when I talked to Spike Pearson, who wrote that episode.
So for those of you that didn't realize that Kramer, out of all the characters on Seinfeld, Kramer was the real character.
And that's Larry David's friend, right?
Yeah, he was actually Larry David's friend.
Yeah.
He was actually, and then once you realize that Larry David, Jerry is actually playing Larry David, and Larry David, you know, Larry David's actual friend in his apartment was Kramer, this Kenny Kramer. It's kind of funny when you think about it.
Except if you're Kenny Kramer and you realize everybody else made millions of dollars off of the deal. He didn't get.
You're driving around a bus.
Exactly, yeah. But when you realize that the things that they said about Kramer, and he actually already had money
Yeah.
And he didn't necessarily need to work. And where did he even come up with the money to start this tour bus in the first place? Makes a lot of sense. Like he had the trust, and that's actually where he got his money from, and that's based on Kenny Kramer.
Yeah.
Joe, have you heard about Amazon's new Alexa version?
No.
It's gonna provide a new version of its voice assistant Alexa that won't tell children where babies come from, and or if Santa is real. If children ask these questions to Alexa, then
where do babies come from? Oh, see, okay. Alexa, is Santa Claus real?
All I know is that someone is eating all my cookies.
There you go.
What did she say? I didn't hear.
I asked her where do babies come from, and she said babies come from reproduction. And I said, is Santa real? And she says, all I know is someone's been eating all my cookies.
That's a good answer.
All my cookies.
Good answer, actually, isn't it? Yes. All I know is someone's been eating all my cookies. I don't know if he's real or not, but someone's eating my cookies.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is someone eating Alexa's cookie or eating Alexa's cookie?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Don't go for it. Don't go for it.
Now, one of the things I can tell you is that I have, now, for those that don't know, Phoenix is a big market, a big area for self-driving vehicles. I see many different kinds of self-driving vehicles, and now I've seen the actual there's no people behind them, literally self-driving delivery vehicles. I think, what is it, Neuro or something like that? They're weird-looking little vehicles. They're real small. They're van-looking like. I haven't had a chance to take a picture of one yet, and it looks like they're still in the testing stage of this. I see so many of them, you can even tell that. You can even tell when they're just testing it.
Mm-hmm.
But Phoenix is such a hotbed for these, as a testing market and as a real market for these vehicles, that I see that many of them that I can even tell when they're just testing. When you're in the East Valley, more specifically, for those that don't know, Phoenix is a big valley. So you have the North, South, East, West Valley. So in the East Valley specifically is Tempe, Arizona, Chandler, Arizona. When you're in these areas, those are the main suburbs of Phoenix that you're going to see. If you're in Chandler and Tempe, you're going to run into you're going to see them in different forms now. Some of them have drivers behind them. The ones in the white vans, you've got the Waymo. Some of the Waymos have drivers, and some don't now. Some don't have any drivers at all. And when you're behind a Waymo seems to be the biggest one. When you're behind them, you have to be careful because you can tell the computer's thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get to certain points and then just slow down or stop. You got to be real careful. You got to be real alert on what's around you in case it just stops for no apparent reason because it needs. You know what I'm saying?
What if he hit one? Do they have cameras on him?
Oh, they've got cameras. God,
all right, so you're screwed basically.
Have you guys had any more accidents out there? I know there have been some taking place with the driver.
Waymo had the big one with they killed somebody.
That was Waymo. I was going to ask that. I think it was last year, 2 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It was literally a couple of.
Yeah, it was recently, I'm thinking. Yeah.
It was like literally a few months ago, but immediately settled that. I mean, they wrote probably a huge check and made that go away quickly. Accepted responsibility. I think Tempe and Chandler shut them down for possibly a month and a half, and then it quietly just resumed again. Because you didn't see them for, like I say, maybe a month and a half, and then they were just flowing again. And now you see them all over.
Slowly getting closer to Skynet.
I mean, that's, you know,
start getting driverless cars. They team up with GPSs. They tell you take turns where roads aren't even at.
How do you guys feel about even if you don't have them in your area? How do you guys feel about driverless cars? What are your thoughts? What thoughts come to your mind with driverless?
I don't like the idea.
I think it could be kind of fascinating. I mean, I don't know if I trust them fully enough yet, but to sit there rather than, you know, ride a mainstream subway or a bus, whatever, have your own car, your own personal space, you could probably get some stuff done on the way to the office and not have to deal with it.
I mean, I'm more comfortable with a driverless train than a driverless car because, like,
that's just it.
Driverless train is more scary than a driverless car.
Well, the train only on one track.
Both scary, yeah.
No,
to give everybody, most of us have flown at least once. Okay, at least one time you've flown. Now the majority of that flight is automated.
Yeah.
You know, the majority. Sometimes it's just the takeoff and landing that is handled by an actual pilot. Sometimes, because sometimes the pilot is literally there just to make sure the computer's doing everything right. There's someone behind the seat, but literally from takeoff to landing, that computer is all automated.
Well, we know from the Seattle.
I'm not defending it. I'm just putting into perspective what is actually happening and been happening for years. So I'm just kind of trying to give a little perspective to it because I could easily get freaked out by it, and I'm around it every day. Driving these vehicles. I'm just trying to put some perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like their argument is just that. Like you've been flying with driverless planes. You know,
we know from just what happened in Seattle recently, landing's important. So,
what happened?
The Puget Sound airline. You only take off, but you crash land only once.
Yeah, you got to be able to land. So, somebody has to be able to control it.
Only this company only had 2 employees.
Apparently, there was a crash somewhere. But in any case, I mean, that is their argument. We're used to planes doing it all themselves. And one thing I notice is that from being around these driverless vehicles so much, that man, they're getting better. They're getting better. Like you can see.
Yeah, I think they are. I think actually the automatic plane is probably easier to accomplish than a driverless car. The variable,
way, right?
There's less variables when you're in the air than going down the street with idiots crossing in front of you. And like that lady that got killed there. I heard that it wasn't even nobody could have stopped for that. That lady just like popped out in front of the car, and no matter what it was, she would have got hit. You know, that type of thing. So it wasn't really the driverless car's fault. But even if it was, it's so random. It's so random, and that's why driverless cars are going to take, I think, a little bit longer to get implemented.
The problem I had with that particular accident, in the area that it happened in, it's not so damn random. It's only random if you're not paying attention. If you didn't see it, right. You know what I'm saying? It's the area. This is exactly why they are in the areas that they're in. They're not in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You don't see them in Phoenix because Phoenix is like, like you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more random happening, it couldn't handle it. I'm seeing them every once in a blue moon in South Phoenix, like in particular areas. Where Phoenix bumps up against Tempe, or Phoenix bumps up against. Then I'll see them into that street and going right back out, because in Phoenix proper, in the city limits of Phoenix, it's busy, man. Phoenix metro area, as the larger metro area, is the 6th largest metro area in the country now. So there's enough stuff happening in Phoenix where they're not in Phoenix just yet. There's too much happening there, right? And that's why they're in Tempe and Chandler and those other areas.
I think they'll happen eventually, but I think everybody's like, oh, we're gonna have driverless cars in the next 5 years, and they're gonna be going everywhere. I just don't think so. I think there'll be a niche application for a while.
It'll be like the bike lane. They got their own lane or something they can stay in.
Yeah, working specific areas doing specific things.
We got bike lanes all over Twin Cities up here, and the bicyclists don't want to use them.
Well,
right.
A little nudge.
Yeah, I think Mark's on to the right idea there. Like it's gonna happen in certain areas and even certain times. I can see it where maybe not. Yeah, at certain times, it's going to be valuable. So let's say, I don't know, maybe at night on weekends, they might go into areas where they wouldn't go into at night during the week, because it'd be too much more random stuff popping in, popping out. But where they have more value would be on a Friday, Saturday night, going into areas where there's concerts and more bar things happening, to possibly help out with rides and that sort of thing. Yeah, more niche things. I like Mark said. Yeah, I could agree with that. So,
I think they're definitely going to come at some point.
They got a ways to go for their prime time all the time.
Yeah, what's scary though is they're going to need to update these vehicles all the time. Like they need to get updated literally every single day.
In their defense, on that end, I think it's something that's coming. It's undeniably, as much as I would love to fight it, it's going to happen. It's a matter of time, sort of thing. And if it frightens me to death, and I'm around it on a daily basis. But at the same time, you can just see it coming. Like
I don't know if it makes me as nervous. I see some of the human drivers are just as bad. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I don't know. We'll see as it gets into more markets and as other people are around it. I think we'll be able to have a better discussion around it. The problem is, by the time it gets to your market, it's happening, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the time we can have a more educated discussion about it, it's already over.
I also look at it like you look at the cartoon, The Jetsons. I mean, that was on when a lot of us were kids, and the suggestion there was like, well, by 2020, 2030, we're going to be flying around in cars in the sky, be able to push a button, it'll fold up into a briefcase, you carry it in the house. We ain't even doing that yet.
Yeah, that was some high 70s cartoon writer back in the day.
Yep. That idea frightening. Now, because we can't get people on solid ground to not have accidents as much as they do, can you imagine in the air? Like in the air, you're going to have particular longitudes and all that sort of thing that you can fly at, right? Like that's going to be a virtual highway, if you will, in the air, and people are going to collide and fall.
Just like Star Wars.
Well, Amazon's trying to push the drones now, and that'll be an issue as well. They're already raising concerns about that.
I don't understand how they would end up doing that, though. There's so many drones everywhere. Unless there's one drone that, I mean, how
Well, you GPS code it for where they need to go, and they'd be part of air traffic control to monitor.
There's already a bunch of laws for those things in place.
Yeah, I think drones flying and delivering this stuff are farther away than we ever think. I think the driverless car delivering packages to us will happen far quicker to most of us than
I've actually seen one. I've seen one story where they're making a drone for 9/11 for emergency, where it's one person just in the drone, flies out with the drone doing care, but they're running it from the coordinates of a drone operator.
In Africa, drones are huge in Africa, and that's where they're getting all their development
Wait a minute.
from.
Did they find Wakanda? Did they find Wakanda?
Drones in Africa are Africa is so big, so remote that there's so many companies that are delivering medical supplies and all that stuff via drone in Africa. They're using that research and thinking they can do it here, which I'm sure in some applications they probably can, but maybe for fire emergencies or some sort of emergency, disaster emergency, some sort of emergency situation, I would imagine they could.
Yeah.
But they are using drones. It doesn't take me much research. There's major companies in Africa that are doing it right now, every day, delivering supplies and so forth to different parts of Africa on a regular basis. It's already in play in other countries.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was going to ask you guys if you've gotten these. Like here in Cincinnati now, they have these, which I don't even know why they need them, but they have these like little stand-up scooters that people are using now.
Segways.
No, not Segways. They're like scooters that you kick your leg on, but now it's got a motorized engine, and they let them in the street. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, no, they're all over the place here in Atlanta, and you just it's like an app. You get an app, and then you can like find the nearest scooter, and you just pick it up and you use it, and when you're done, you just drop it.
Yeah.
You go. They're all. I mean, you're just walking up and down the street, and you just see the scooter leaned up against the wall, and another one will be laying on the sidewalk.
And I'm like, they don't even like use leg power anymore. They just get on there and just let the engine. I'm like, people are gotten so lazy.
Exactly like the
riding their little scooter, drinking their Starbucks.
Right.
Come on.
As long as they stay on the sidewalk, I'm good.
Well, see, here in Cincinnati, they do, but they're supposed to be in the streets, so they're starting to cite some of the people when they're on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's my problem. I think it should be on the sidewalk only.
I do too. I definitely agree.
This is what's backfiring on all that sort of bicycle sharing and now the scooter sharing that's happening via apps on the internet. This is what's backfiring here in Phoenix. You've got the overwhelming community of homeless people that's growing by leaps and bounds here. And all you see is them. These homeless people have figured out how to get these bikes for free, because all I see now, more and more and more on a weekly basis, is more and more homeless people on these different colored bicycles, and they are going to figure out how to take advantage of these scooters that are everywhere as well soon. I promise you, because they have. All I see now is homeless people, or people that look like the profile of all the homeless people that we see in our areas, riding these bicycles now. They have figured it out, and to them it's like, woohoo, free bicycle, man. Like, these idiots maintain them and put them out there for us all over the place, and we can just ride them and drop them off somewhere, and some other idiot will get it on a, you know what I'm saying? So they've created a huge problem they didn't foresee. They didn't foresee. And now there's scooters added into the problem. Good luck, because the scooters are starting to hit Phoenix area, and there's a crap ton of homeless here. I mean, they're everywhere, man. It almost feels like in some cases they're being bussed in. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, all I see is those yellow bicycles with the green, and some of them with the green and the yellow, ridden by homeless people all over the place.
We got them John Deere colored bicycles up here too.
Yeah, right, John. Yeah, exactly. Right.
John Deere colors.
Red bikes here.
Yeah, and that cracks me up, and I'm starting to see the scooters. I've heard reports from like some of the tech, what are called tech magazine sites, but they're just websites. They don't actually have a magazine. I don't think anymore. But a lot of the tech reporters are reporting on these scooters hanging out in areas like, of course, San Francisco and LA, and they're definitely in Phoenix now as well.
Yeah.
And now they're in your area, Rod, and
yeah,
and in Atlanta over there.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the homeless in your areas, but the homeless over here are taking full advantage of these free bicycles laying everywhere.
Wow.
And I'm sure they'll take advantage of the scooters as well. You know?
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me one bit.
Everywhere. But I always wonder about that guy that rides the bike to work. Like, don't you got to be a little bit funky when you show up in the office? I mean,
that's the
like, you know, you got your other employees that you're working with.
Everybody, if you pay attention to the writing, everybody complains about, or they'll at least remark. I don't know if it's necessarily a complaint as much as a remark. You'll hear about the writing on these things, that people that actually are, green, aren't so green smelling.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah. And good luck if that person's one of those body oils people that doesn't really shower every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
One of those holistic people.
Yeah.
Holistic.
There you go.
Great word, yes.
You said it, Earth.
One of those holistic people. Exactly. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, and that's, Rod, that's exactly what I think every time I see someone riding their bicycle, and I think in our morning commutes we all see a regular. Right. Typically, it's a dude. Sometimes it's a female, but you have to just wonder, like, come on, man. Like, I know there's
it's not like they're riding in the shorts and a t-shirt. Like they got a shirt and tie on, and
right?
You gotta be hot. You gotta be hot.
Yeah, because it's humid, that fool. Like I know your voice in those areas. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Like I know you use degree, but you're really pushing the boundaries right now.
You're pushing the boundaries of that degree. Come on. And I know you think you're sure, but that sure ain't as sure as you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And
I can speak for that. I wore my uniform 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, changing shirts, obviously. But I was one sweaty fat man by the time I got to work Monday morning. I may have only lived like 7 miles from where I work, but I was sweating my ass off when I got off that damn bicycle.
Literally.
Yes, I was.
So Andrew's here to testify that he was probably on the funky side for at least a couple days riding a bicycle to work. Yeah. Oh, we got Tom indoors now. We can actually see him.
I'm in my prime now.
He's in his prime now. Yeah. He's not smelling prime, but he's actually,
Oh, speaking of work, I have a little piece of news. I am changing security companies as of Friday next week, or Friday next week.
Whoa. Is this due to pay or
combination thereof? Pay, benefits, raises.
So a good change. So that's awesome.
Yep. The only caveat of this whole thing is that it's union, so I'm gonna have to eat union dues every month, but I'll survive. But it's with the company that's got a contract with Hennepin County, and they work with Hennepin County Security, and this company Hennepin County Security will hire directly from this particular security company. So it's a possibility I could be a Minneapolis employee within a couple of years.
Oh,
man, good.
Cool. Congrats.
You're so far in the last couple of years, I've seen you gradually moving up, and that's good, Andrew. That's good.
Yep.
Man.
And right now, I look at my position where I'm at, and I'm not moving anywhere. And my boss called me up and asked me a question when we were talking about my last schedule here, and he was like, "Why didn't you just ask the GM for a raise?" And I didn't want to answer that, but every time the GM called me, I'd get a call from my boss, and he'd assume that I called the GM. And I'm like, no, pull out. And I want to tell him, pull your head out of your ass. I did not call him. He called me. And I shouldn't have to grovel for something I should get yearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, man. Well, I wish you luck at your new company, and cheers to you, my friend, for advancing yourself some more, man. That's good.
Yep. My neighbor across the street from me, he actually worked for him, and he is actually now a 911 dispatcher for the city of Minneapolis.
Okay.
And he told me he's been kind of bugging me off and on the last couple of years to jump ship, and I'm finally taking the opportunity.
All right. Good.
Nice.
Good.
Well,
I'm taking the opportunity to check out here tonight, guys. I gotta go. We will see you next week. Andrew, congratulations. Earth, good
See you,
seeing
Mark.
you. Oh, Rod, everybody.
Mark.
Love you guys.
And
We'll see you.
I won't be here for sure next Saturday because I'll be at a beer fest, by the way. So.
And no
AJ
more.
behind you. Well, a big salute to AJ there, watching over the shoulder there. Well,
Yep. The assassin cat. Oh, there he is. Yeah. I didn't even know where he was before he was going to kill me. All right. See you guys.
All right, Mark. We'll see you, man. Peace out.
See you, Mark.
See you
but
guys.
Yeah, that's
next
good.
week.
Oh, you're out here too, man.
Yeah.
We'll see you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Joe, another good thing is that I won't have to go back to Menards anymore. Monday and Tuesday, 2 12-hour days. Wednesday, Thursday, 8-hour days. 3 days off.
3 days off. Hey, that's good.
And if I do happen to get called in, it's going to be on a Sunday because I'll be what they call a flex officer, and I'll be bouncing around between Minneapolis libraries and various courthouses.
Well, see, at least you know what you're going to do. You have an idea what your schedule could be, and you know what you could be doing. So that's good, man. All those things are fantastic. So
and
then you have a chance to seniority now, and that's also a good thing.
Yep. And also let's see, what was I going to say now here? lose the train of thought when you get tired. I've only been up since like 3:45.
I feel you. But hey, you know what, man? All the being depending on your contract, and that's actually what being a union employee is. It's being a contract employee, really, because it depends on the contract that you have. But as you know, I've been a union guy for quite a long time, and actually why I wear Carhartt. I wear Carhartt, supporting Carhartt. Union supports union, and I used to be a big Carhartt supporter because Carhartt was all union. Not anymore, but that's where my Carhartt dealings come from. So, I would wear Carhartt, and I'd wear Red Wing shoes. All these things are things
made in Minnesota.
They're not necessarily union things anymore, though.
Nope.
Unfortunately. But that is where the origins for me come from. Of my, I don't wear Carhartt because it's fashionable. I wore it because of the name. And I would try to support other union products and a union guy. So that though, it's a fantastic thing, man. It really is.
The sad thing though about Red Wing is you got to be kind of on your toes as far as buyer beware, because they did expand their shoe line, and some of their stuff is made over in China, so you really got to watch the labels.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. They're not union made anymore. They do have their Works brand, which is, like you said, made overseas. It can be made in Malaysia. It can be made in China. It could be made in, you name it, XYZ country, Madagascar even. For Christ's sake.
Yep.
It can be made in any numerous country. So yeah, I don't buy Red Wings anymore. I'm not my last 2 pairs of work shoes, at least, have been from Timberland, believe it or not. So Timberland seems to be making some good, comfortable shoes for delivery guys. It seems like all the city delivery guys that I know are wearing Timberlands right now. They're the most comfortable and offer the most protection for the money. So still dropping $150 to $200 a shoe.
I got a pair of Thorogoods I bought last year, and those are made over in Wisconsin.
Okay, all right. But I don't want to keep you, man. I know you were trying to get out of here, so thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you tuning in, man.
But yeah, I may not be able to make next Saturday's beer show because I'm gonna be over in training with the new company. Because I got two 8-hour training days, Friday and Saturday.
Okay. Well,
so if I make it in, I make it in. If I don't, I don't. You know where I'm at.
Okay, man. Well, good luck to you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Andrew.
Later.
See you, Andrew.
Awesome, man. That's good. And yeah, I'm always happy when someone from the show is advancing themselves and doing what they can to get better. Even if it's just marginally better, even if it's just kind of it's an even sort of advancement, in the actual advancements possibly in the future sort of thing. Yeah, all these things are fine, man. Whatever you got to do to get by on your level, man, that's fine.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
You
guys have seen over the evolution of this show recently in the last 4 years moved to Phoenix. So I have done a similar thing. Not necessarily more money per se, but a better circumstance overall for my situation. So, all those things are great, man. You do what you got to do.
Right.
What were you going to say, Rod? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to tell you guys there's a new app that is coming out. Well, they sent me a thing to be part of the beta release, I guess, but it's called Pint Pass. So with it, it gives you all the breweries in your area and stuff, and you can go through using it, and then you check in with it, and then when you pay your tab, you have them pay it through the app. And then they actually give you money back off the pints you're buying.
Oh. Yeah, let's see. So, yeah, I'm looking it up right now. So we've got, let me share the screen here. So we've got Pint Pass. We're currently in private beta with 18,000 users. The app will be live October 15th. Sign up to get notified when available to the public. Okay.
I can actually refer people in, so if you shoot me your emails, I get your referral code.
Get paid to visit breweries and tap rooms. Okay. Explore craft breweries across the country. Find a new brewery to call home. Use Pint Pass to discover different breweries and sample new beer. Okay, so what's the... Why would I do it through Pint Pass instead of Untapped? Is it are you getting the possibility to get paid enough money to take me off of Untapped?
Well, all you're really doing is paying your tab through the app.
So you're actually paying. So you go to a participating brewery, and you can literally not hand anyone any cash. You're taking care of paying for all your beers on this app.
Right. So it says like my tab on the bottom. You'll pay it with the card, and they'll process it through, and then you basically get money back on the money you're spending. So I haven't used it yet, but I'm part of the 18,000 beta users.
Okay. Okay, so Pint Pass is the only app in the world that pays you to this sounds like something Zach mentioned a while back. I wish he was here because I wonder if this is what he mentioned. Pint Pass is the only app in the world that pays you to visit craft breweries and tap rooms across the country. Our first group users currently have access to a private beta version of the app. Get notified when the app is going public. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And step one down.
Like say like we can't really drink together or whatever, because we're all in different parts of the country. But I could actually text a beer to wherever you're at. Like, so if Joe, you're going to one of the breweries there in Arizona, I could actually text it to you. When you walked into that brewery, they would take it off the phone from the app, and it'd be like a beer on rod.
That is badass.
Yeah. So like on my screen here, I'll put it up to my camera. I would put in a tab amount. If it comes in there, you can see it. Let's go back, might be too bright. But anyway, I put a tab amount in, and then that tab is for you when you got there. You would put in the information, and they say, "Oh yeah, Rob's got you for $20 in beer."
Okay, you just talked into this. So, so you can plug in my email, joedreviews@gmail.com.
Right.
Send me an invite to this app. I'm gonna download it on my phone and see what this is all about. This got me interested now because that's cool. That's cool. So right now I could send Tom a beer. He's at a brewery. He's at Treehouse. Tom's hanging out at Treehouse. I could if Treehouse is participating, right? They have to be a participating brewery. If Treehouse is an active participant, I could, even though I can't have any Treehouse, I could send Tom a free beer at wherever he's at if they're a participating brewery, is what you're saying, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
That's a nice Christmas present. Like even if you or a birthday present, it's like $30-$40.
I like that.
So I sent you a refer a friend, but it says refer a friend and tell them to send you a beer. You don't have to do a beer, but I think it gives you the code to the app as well.
Okay. I like that. That is awesome. Yeah, I've got
Yeah, I got contacted through the blog and the social media stuff, and about being a chance and you to do a couple things, and if you're one of the people chosen, you got the early thing on this. So, and now it depends on what area you're in, because I'm seeing some users saying it's not in their area as much, but like in my area, I don't know if you can see. I think it's just too bright on my phone. Let me take the brightness down.
I'm thinking bigger cities probably have participation.
Yeah, depending on what city you're in, and depending on how many breweries are there too. But if that's any better,
I like that.
It's got like a bunch of beers around the area, and those are all breweries that participate. So I can go to any of those breweries, and it's already set up. So for Cincinnati, it's great. We have a ton. So you will pull up whatever your zip code is or whatever, and it would give you all the breweries in your area.
So I'm typing in my email here. I'm gonna try to sign in here. Or sign up. I need to sign up right first. Okay, so let me enter my email. I am curious as heck. Let's see how this is cool, man.
For so many guys jumped off there, and I just forgot about it.
Yeah, this is cool. Oh, I got it in my data birth. Okay. So
Then it gives you a version like in map where you can do it by list. So you put the information in, and then, like I said, it runs through. So you got a little bit of time here.
They better hope Untap doesn't get on top of that.
Yeah, but like where Earth is in San Diego, like San Diego Bruin is one of them.
I'm not that far down, but
yeah, he's not in
San Diego in general though, but
yeah.
Okay, so I'm this is the screen where I'm at. So I'm signing up, and now I'm to this find where to drink screen, and I'm hitting next. Okay.
Right.
So I've entered my email just to let people know where I'm at. I've entered my email. I entered my date of birth, and now I had that screen. Now I hit that next button, and now I'm in the do something nice tab, which is text a beer to any of your contacts screen, which is kind of cool. So that's the screen that I'm at now, and I'm hitting next. Most importantly, it says on this next screen, free beer money when you at craft breweries, create an account, or you can click no thanks. Free. So I don't know. I guess I'll click create an account. I don't know what that means.
It's like when you send money, I think it's like Venmo, so it'll send to that user where you put their number in, and then when they go to pay on their tab, it'll come off of it for their account.
Oh, okay. So let me. Okay, so just for experiment's sake here, I'm going to go ahead and try this deal here. So I'm entering a password. I have to enter my date of birth. I have to enter my gender, for Christ's sake. Right?
Should we
I
know
don't
something
even know
about you,
my.
Bill?
Well, you know what it is. They would attract the users. How many demographics, male or female?
So. Oh, I need 8 characters. Oh, okay, so I didn't enter enough.
Yeah, you gotta do like I think a capital letter as well or something.
I didn't enter enough.
It's got to be letters and numbers.
So let me enter. This is the problem too with these things, is that I think a lot of us have a standard deal we use, and that is definitely my problem. Oh, you can select prefer not to answer. So, oh darn it, I just hit email by an accident. But, oh man. It's not. Oh, come on, dude. Don't leave me hanging like this.
I wonder if you have one account for the money switch over, or if you can do different ones, like gift cards and stuff.
No.
I just got it this weekend. I haven't messed around fully with it.
Or you could just have separate payments on each account to switch through.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I found breweries on here I didn't even realize were in my area. Now I got to add them on my blog, but it's like we got more breweries than I even thought we knew we had here.
Password it. Boy, this is. Okay, now I can click next. Okay. All right. So add location. So I'm gonna choose the city's frequency. Okay. So let me add Phoenix, of course. Phoenix, Arizona popped up right away. All right. Choose the breweries you frequent to reserve. Okay, updates. All right. How did I forget the name of that brewery? Well, let me see. I'm having a kilt lifter. Let me just put Four Peaks on here. How about that? It's a big brewery. Oh, wow. I don't have Four Peaks in here, so I wonder if this is available in my area. It don't have Four Peaks on here.
They're
Bro, if you don't have
probably here. AB and Bev. Try again.
got it. I'll pay notification. All right. No, I don't want notifications. I turn it off. Okay. Wow. There's okay. So now I'm to the same screen that Rod just showed. So now you can see all the breweries that are in there in the Phoenix area, in the greater Phoenix area.
Yeah.
A lot of breweries. That's a lot. I'm in the South Phoenix area, so you can see that there's actually none. You can see the blue dot, and there's none in my immediate area, so I'm gonna have to travel, which is, I kind of already knew that. The closest brewery to me is Anchorage Brewing Company. Wow. Did not realize that. Okay, so my options when I click the nearest brewery is 4.8 miles for me. Anchorage, Alaska? No, that is not. That's
pretty close to Alaska, right?
I'm pretty close to Alaska, ain't I? Like, come on, you guys. You familiarize yourself with Phoenix to Alaska. They're practically the same temperatures and everything, right?
You're right next to Russia.
Yeah,
you can see it from your window.
See it from the front porch.
Yeah.
Okay, so I click now. Down here you have breweries. So down here you have a brewery tab, and then down here you have the actual My Tab button.
Right.
So you click that. You have a box for most visited breweries, favorite beer, total number of breweries, total number of beers tried, and that's it. And then on the top you have click card to use beer money. I'm clicking that, and then I get this notification on there that says notification is turned off. Yeah, I don't want to get notified by everything.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah. It's just my deal. Okay, so I don't have any money in there to redeem.
Now, can you redeem? Is it just for a certain location redemption? If someone sends it to you, or is it just in general? Like someone sends you $20.
Well, when you use it, it puts money on your tab, and your goal was to have them pay through the app, and then you get money back from the company.
Yeah. See, it does show me in there as zero money. So, like, I would imagine. So, if I put money in here, then possibly I could send you a beer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I dig the principle of it. I can work with the principle of it.
Now another cool. If you click on any of the breweries, it'll show you what beers they actually have on tap right now.
That's cool.
The only thing I don't like so far is I don't like having to use like my real name per se. You know what I'm saying? I like using like Joe D for everything that I can. So when I'm able to, I like using Joe D. I don't necessarily have a problem with my real name as much as some people might not just know my real name. You know what I'm saying? So, or having to refer people in our greater beer community, hey, if you want to check me out on, what is this app now? What's the name of it?
Pint Pass.
Pint Pass. So if you want to find me on Pint, like how would you find? Do you have to have my email? You know what I'm saying? Like on Untapped, it's pretty simple. Just look up Joe_D.
It's almost like they're trying to.
Yeah, but see, for me, I usually use Rod J, and I just updated mine to Rod J, and then my email is rodjbeerguy@gmail.com. So once you put it in, you can go back and edit it.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think I got you. Okay.
They probably want your real name like in your account just to like connect it with your credit card or your debit card, and then have like your username.
Yeah. Yeah, because now that's exactly what I did. Yeah, I did. So, okay, so I saved it. Your account has been successfully updated. Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. Yeah, boy, it is letting me know you've got notifications turned off. Every time I do something, you've got notifications turned off. Yeah, you're already a pain in my ass about that. Can you imagine if I had the notifications up? You're just kind of confirming my decision, stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They probably want to notify you that you have no money in your account.
I mean, they would be bugging the hell out of you about it, right? Come on, guys.
So the way it works is, right? So you check in the beers you're having them there, and it goes to your bar tab. And it says when you pay your tab with the beer money you've earned, you'll activate the digital MasterCard in the app. And you let the brewery know that you'll pay with the digital card on your phone. And then they just have to manually enter the card into their register. And then this actually allows them to give you credit back on it through the app for the money you spent. So basically, a pint is a pint pass out. Like we were talking about Apple Money earlier, Apple Pay. You're now going to have this working in craft brewery, in craft beer.
So this is an Apple Pay,
yeah,
sort of thing. Okay, yeah, because they do have a Goldwater is one of my favorite breweries here, and it's in Scottsdale, but it's still one of the breweries that I like to go to. Two Brothers is also in here, which is I have their information document right here that they sent me from the beers they sent me right here. So that's Two Brothers Brewery. They're also in here. There's actually quite a few breweries in here. OHSO is a bar that serves a lot of craft beer, and they also make some craft beer, but not, they more serve other craft beers. They're popular here in this area. North Mountain Brewing Company is a brewery that when it comes out in initials, it's NMBO, and that always reminds me of New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? There's New Mexico to me, but it's North Mountain out here. North Mountain Brewing Company, solid brewery. They have some damn good food there as well. If you're here in the Phoenix area, Sun Up is another brewery that I like to go to. They're also in here. Coach T Brewing Company. I have not been to them yet. You see, that's another one that has this one says Phoenix City, Alabama. There's a little bit of weird stuff happening here. I don't know if that's an Alabama-based brewery that just happens to be located. They have a tap or something. I would imagine so. Like, why would you show up on a map, an actual location without? They might even have a few beers that are served at a particular bar, and they're just showing up as that brewery. I know these certain things happen because I use GPS for everything on my phone for delivery, and these things happen in Google Maps. This is a delivery guy, just for your information. Also on a GPS front, when you're using GPS, just for instance, trust me, I'm using Google Maps. I use Google Maps probably 10 to 12 hours a day, every day, 5 days a week. And in general, let's just say you get off the freeway somewhere and you're making a left turn. It tells you to make a left turn off the freeway. It tells you to make a right turn off the freeway. Whatever you do off the freeway, let's say you're going to a residential area. If you're making a left turn, more than likely your next turn is going to be a right turn. Sometimes it'll be another left turn, but odds are you make a left turn, make another right turn. Your right turn, off of that will be another left turn. You know what I'm saying? Because Google Maps, unlike Apple Maps, is ridiculous about not letting you know until you're already into that turn what your next turn is going to be. So it's kind of one of those little quirks about it. So a lot of us use Google Maps or Apple Maps on our phone. Those are the two very popular ones. But we've got Ray JR in there, and he's chiming in, which is fine. But those are little quirks about Google Maps. Google Map, you can be like, if you're making a turn, let's say you're making a right turn, and it's not until let's say this is a completed turn, it's not until you're already into your turn that they will let you know what your next turn is going to be. Unless you're keeping an eye on it, and you can happen to catch a glimpse of your map that's on your phone, and you can see that, oh yeah, that next turn is going to. Sometimes, as you're coming up to your turn, it'll give you but just, sometimes those things aren't always true. Sometimes you'll make a left turn, and then you're going to a business area, and that business area is going to be right there. So it's going to have you make another left to get into that business area. It's not always an absolute, but in general, let's say you get off the freeway and you're making a left turn, and your location is still maybe 2 miles away, then there's probably a good indication you're going to make a right turn off of that left. Or if you're making a right turn, there's probably going to be a left turn off of that right. So,
right.
Hey guys,
it's a big deal.
I'm gonna get
All
out.
right, we'll see you.
Fall asleep.
We'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
See you, Tom.
Later, guys. Have
Peace
a good
out,
week.
man. Yeah, good. We've got JR in the chat, and he's saying, no one gives an F. He's also calling us the C word. I'll let everybody see all those things. Those things are automatically held for me. Bob and Mark are the ones that automatically filter those things out for me. But since neither one of them's here now, I'll go ahead and just post them out there. But hey, JR is black. Okay, all right. Master Bum left now. He's acting tough.
JR is busting balls. JR likes to talk in third person too.
Yeah, JR likes to talk exactly. Right? What is that all about, man? Do you talk in third person, Rod? Do you like to say, hey, Rod is... That was also a Seinfeld episode, right?
Yeah. Oh.
I know I have a child. I won't name the child, but I have a child that does similar thing. And I find it funny coming from my own child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, are you talking third person? What is that?
I find it funny when adults are giving interviews and they're talking in third person.
JR is the best third person. Cheers to Jody.
Cheers, JR. What are you drinking, JR, by the way?
Yeah. What does JR drink?
What is JR? JR likes Hennessy.
And I might just have to refer to JR as the JR. Like, I'll go above the third person and put the in front of his name and say, that is the JR. Earth, is that something that you do, man? Do you refer to, Earth is drinking a Ballast Point victory at sea?
No, I do not do that.
Yeah, that is something I don't know that I do it to kind of make fun of someone else.
JR wanted fried.
Joe D, he said Joe D wanted fried chicken, but Bum sniffed all the flour. Who is JR? Who is JR? Do you know?
I'm just first time I met JR.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if that was someone you knew. Let's see if JR has a channel. We'll go to and see if JR has a channel. Yeah, he's got a channel.
Fucking dented ass fucking.
Oh, that's who he is. I gotcha. Okay, this is the kid that reviews the monster drinks and all that, the energy drinks.
Oh, okay.
He's the underage malt liquor kid, but he does the energy drinks. That's who he is. Okay, I know exactly. As a matter of fact, Bum knows this kid because Bum calls him by his name. He has another name. Am I mistaken, Earth?
You pull up his channel? You see video number 2 for uploads?
Let me go to his channel. He will usually refer to his channel at some point. When he's in the chat,
Cue other videos.
He is going to refer to his channel. So let's go to his channel. We'll give him props. Jody is the biggest computer nerd on YouTube. Okay, that'll get you a view on here. Okay, here we go.
Motherfucking Jody, you fat fucking asshole. You fat fucking Arizona piece of shit. The only reason I people know who you are is because it's still right. If it wasn't for him featuring his stupid ass cunt, say what big cunt showing his fucking multiple videos, nobody will know who you are. Stop acting like, oh, if it wasn't for his multiple, maybe you wouldn't get as many views as you. They get more views than you fat fucking asshole. You're a relevant piece of fucking.
Wait, Bum missed this.
The guy, come on, you fucking cunt, so.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
Yeah. Oh, you can't hear him at all?
Pigs.
Oh, he's actually giving a far better rant than the chairman does. I gotta give. I think Bum says this kid is like 16 or something like that. I gotta give it to him. He's giving a way better rant than the chairman ever does.
Well, on his videos, I can see the chairman is part of it. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's under. Okay, so yeah, I'll play. If anything, you can hear him through my.
The only reason why people know who you are is because it's still right. If it wasn't for him featuring his stupid ass cunt, say what big cunt showing his fucking multiple videos, nobody will know who you are. Stop acting like, oh, if it wasn't for his multiple, maybe you wouldn't get as many views as I have to burn my fucking cunt, so you say bottom line my fucking Facebook.
This kid's good. Hey, he gave a way better rant. The chairman should be taking notes from this kid.
I think he's learning from the chairman, possibly.
We got to. What happened? Like, Bum, as good as the Malt Liquor Report was today, he dropped the ball on that. What is the date on this video?
6 days ago.
It was. This is within the wheelhouse here. He dropped the ball on the Malt Liquor Report. Man, we are going to have to nuke. He dropped the N-word on me. This kid is like serious as hell, man. Wow. Can you hear him?
I can just barely hear him mumble. Can you hear him, Earth?
All I hear is mumble.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's lighting it.
I'll watch it later. But I can tell by his animation he's got a pretty good rank going, it looks like.
He is lighting it up. I've got to figure out a way to get you guys to hear him because
he's got another one. Shut it down, Mr. NWP, whoever he was talking to there as well.
he is lighting it up. The chairman should be taking notes from this kid on how to do a proper rant. Wow.
Not impressive.
Huh?
Not impressed.
Yeah, this kid, he's doing a fair job. A 2.5 minute rant on the Share Beer show. He like nailed Bum. He nailed some of you guys, some of the CBCs on here. He did a fair job. I'll give him that. For being the age and everything like that. I'll give him that. That was a pretty darn good little rant. And kept sipping beverage. He didn't tap the beverage though. He didn't tap it. He didn't do all that. But okay, all right. So he's making his claim to saying that no one would have heard of me if it weren't for the chairman. Okay, all right. Well, what do you guys think about that?
I think he needs to get his own original content.
Yeah, I mean that was
stealing from the chairman.
He's stealing from the chairman. Come on. Even the chairman acknowledges that 8 years ago, he was trying to get some attention from me, and we didn't give it to him, and that's where the rants came from, right? He's harboring all this hate from 8 years ago, for Christ's sake.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he'll get sick of it. He's young. He'll move on in 6 months.
I'm
359 subscribers, moving on up.
Hey, he's moving on up, man. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that on this modern YouTube nowadays that some of these cats can have 300, 400, 500 subscribers and be getting tens of thousands of hits per video.
Right.
The subscribers seem to be not a big deal to all these days. Hence, my being booted off of the partnership. Sorry about that. And answer some text here. Get that done. Quick here. I can't ignore the lady. You know what I'm saying? You got ladies text, you gotta answer back in the commandments. I was wondering who that JR was. I'm trying to think of what his Bum refers to him as a different name. But I think the last time that Bum reported on this kid, Bum said that he was done making videos or something. As a lot of these people in the malt liquor community are, they kind of swear that they're done making videos, and then they're back on all of a sudden. And apparently he slipped past Bum. We're gonna have to make him aware of because he's got videos from 1 month ago, and then 4 weeks ago, which is a month, and then 3 weeks ago, and then 6 days, and then 2 days. So he kind of slipped under the Bum radar right there.
Yeah.
Especially when you got one titled Joe D is the biggest computer nerd.
Well, that's the millennial time frame.
That's a heck of a keyword.
A month to them is a year.
That is right. Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. That fits right in the in that time frame exactly, like her said. Well, I'm glad we got that one in there because we'll close the show out with that one. Again, I had an original Victory at Sea, the bare bones model, the GS model, or what do we call it? Earth, the it's not the GT, it's not the LTZ, it's not
the OG.
It's
I said it was the RS.
RS, yeah. Yeah,
not quite the SS.
It's not the SS, it's the RS model, exactly, right? Yeah. So it's the RS, and this is the standard issue. There's no other variants of it. It's just Kilt Liver. This is the main beer from what is huge on the can here, Four Peaks Brewing Company, here in Phoenix. Well, Tempe, Arizona, actually. But they have two tap rooms. The main one being in Tempe, and then they have another one in Phoenix. But those were my two beers for tonight. I've actually still got little sips of each one. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to warm up some of my leftover pasta that I made the other day and have some pasta with Parmesan cheese on it, man. Sounds good to me. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might make a trip and get me some of those fish and chips. Man,
little fish and chips. Got a little taste for that.
Right, Earth. Like I have been jonesing fish and chips. This restaurant has been here the whole time I've lived here, and I just didn't go on the other side of the shopping center till recently, and now I'm like,
yeah.
I discovered fish and chips, and it's the best thing ever. They give you your choice of catfish. You've got like a choice of 4 or 5 different fish. Catfish, tilapia, cod, and a couple others.
Yeah.
You've got your choice. I think they charge you $1 more for cod.
Well, cod's the real deal, though. That's what they do in the UK.
Yeah, that's what they do. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I get cod every time. And
if we get your fish chips on a budget, we'll give you tilapia.
Yeah. Orange Ruffy, I think, might be a choice. There's a couple. There's 2 other choices, and then you've got 2 choices of breading. You've got the cornbread, or you've got the regular English batter, is what I think what they call it. And then the fries are really good. Oh, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, usually I work from home, and I had to go to the office a few weeks ago. I actually have fish and chips downtown. We have an Irish pub now near our office, and that was really pretty good.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
I want to Guinness now, and it's like I gotta go back to the office. But I really want to Guinness to go with the fish and chips.
Yeah, right. Like to me,
start looking around like anybody here from the office. I would maybe sneak one in.
Right? Yeah. Can I put it in my stealth cup? Like I'll just go to McDonald's and get a cup. You know what I'm saying, and put that in there. You know, that's what I call a stealth cup, right? You got to get your stealth cup going. You know what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of like certs or something that you can plug in there. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, what? Who's drinking what? Yeah, I see alcohol in it too. I thought I smelled something. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing, yeah. You know,
they didn't bust a table yet. That was from the people here before.
But yeah, no. And the problem for me is that they got the fish and chips place is right by the Mexican fast food place, right? So it's like, my 2 favorite things to eat, you know, fish and chips or Mexican food. I don't know why that there's a Mexican chain here, a Mexican fast food chain called Filiberto's, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why Filiberto's just don't open sports bars, for Christ's sake, because that is the food you want to eat when you're drinking beer. You want some good, like nachos or tacos or burritos or something.
Yep.
Come on. That is just the best food ever for drinking beer. Like,
well,
Diaz, you know?
Yeah. No, it definitely is. I was going to ask you if you knew if Long John Silver's or Captain D's are owned by Pepsi. Because it seems like they could put together a Taco Bell and Long John's combination like they do with the KFC and Taco Bell or something. And then you have your fish and chips and you can have your Mexican in the same spot.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here, guys.
All right, Earth. We'll see you, man.
See you guys on the next one. Later.
All right, man. We'll see you. Peace out.
Yeah, you get a long one tonight.
We're out of here, man. I am definitely out of here because, like I said, I'm starving. So
yeah, thanks. I'm gonna grab something to eat too. But I didn't realize there was actually football games going on today for college. So.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, I'm watching Wyoming and New Mexico State right now.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, they're on ESPN2. Okay. So you got them on ESPN4 on the internet, probably, or the internet version.
Yeah, ESPN 10, whatever in the hell they got going nowadays. Hey, thanks, Rod, for jumping in there, man, hanging in there for so long.
Thanks, brother.
We'll see you.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Okay.